And welcome back to episode 163 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Sweaty Palms King.
Clifford, Mr. Hurt Your Feelings Make You Quit.
You stupid. It's another one. You know we got my guy Cuba Cloud in the building and the beautiful Brit. How y'all feeling?
Good.
Was good.
Feeling like we're in the playoffs. Well,
Cheers.
Some of us. I know. That's how it's supposed to be. You hear what I'm saying? I say either I want them to have a great season or an awful season. It wasn't as bad as I hoped. Listen,
Really?
I was trying to get in position. I was trying to get a little position in the draft, right?
You wanted Bryce Young?
I don't know if Bryce is the one.
Okay.
I don't know if Bryce is the one, but we'll get into all that down the line. We ain't quite there yet. Let's talk about these games. We can run through them real quick because I got some. What? We got Callie in the building.
What up, Callie?
Oh man.
What's going on?
What's the biggest odds on Callie popping up? Because we should have played it.
You stupid.
Haven't seen him
What's
in
good,
forever.
G?
Yo, what's good? Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. What up, Callie?
Oh, what's good, man? You know, had to pop up, make a little, make a guest
Jetsed
appearance.
out. I see you. You jetsed out, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm still gonna rev to the death, man.
Well,
Let me find
listen.
out you got the socks on too, Callie. Let me find out.
Socks is upstairs. Socks is upstairs.
If he had the socks on, boy,
Oh shit.
I do got some socks though.
Right.
you
I
better
bet.
not be wearing them with your.
Leave that man alone. He a proud Jets fan, baby.
Listen, but fuck it, hop into it. That game, that devastating game,
Which one?
Right.
that Jets Dolphins. Y'all did so well.
Oh, that wasn't devastating for us. We was already out of it.
Yeah, I guess it was just kind of more so how it ended, I suppose.
Well, we've got once we lost to Seattle, that's pretty much when mathematically we was out the playoffs. Me personally, losing to the Dolphins, I kind of anticipated that, especially knowing that we starting old man Joe. 1, 2, the offensive line is shambles, and then 3, I'm just like, man, they ain't really got nothing to play for. But I did win. I won a nice amount of money on.
Check.
Yeah.
Yo, Les, was good.
You said you ain't want to place no money on it.
No, I did. I said I won a nice amount of money placing a bet on the Dolphins.
Right.
I bet the win, but I bet the over-under on 19.5.
Oh,
Like
man.
I was saying, like I was telling you, like if I had bet the game to end, $10 I bet the game to end 14-6 Dolphins. If I'd have hit that dead on, I would have won 3,300. And it was 11-6. I was like, but I still won like 300
Listen,
on that.
they was trying. It wouldn't have been
over-under.
nothing but a field goal if they would have pulled it off anyway. That little last play that ended in a safety.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kind of shit was that?
And I had turned it off by that point, honestly, man. I knew when I seen Joe Flacco and Skylar Thompson, I was like, this is about to be a terrible looking game.
What kind of shit
It
was
What made
that?
him play Joe Flacco over White? Or was he?
That's what I wanted to know.
White-
Who swindled
White
me?
shouldn't have been in there from the week before with the ribs.
It's
He
real.
he rushed trying to get back out there and re-injured his ribs. His ribs wasn't really all weight. Like who has like multiple cracked ribs and try to play 2 weeks later? Like
Yeah.
I had cracked ribs before, and when you breathe in, it feel like you're getting stabbed.
Right.
So yeah, he was brave for even
I
doing
was
that.
wondering. I thought they was trying to play my guy White. I like him actually. I actually
Yeah,
like
I
him.
do too.
So
Yeah, I like
Kelly,
him.
neither he ain't the guy. So
Nah.
I don't know what y'all
He
gonna
never
do
really had
about
a
it.
fair shake neither. Like he never really had a fair shake as far as good offensive line, having everything going. But then Mike LaFleur, man, the offensive play caller, he's trash. I mean, right now he's supposed to be getting fired. If not, then I think they're gonna bring him a senior advisor over him,
Right.
like Gary Kubiak or somebody that know what the hell they doing. Because this cat is the worst.
Well, yeah, that was a dud. That was a dud game. It was a field goal fest. Other than that safety.
Oh yeah, I knew it was gonna be ugly. That's why I bet the under on the 19.5.
It was who ran the ball the most.
Yeah, that was a dud game.
162 yards to 38.
We'll move them on just to knock them out because I more so want to get into these topics. I got like the top stats around the league. So hopping right into that, and that was an 11-6 loss for the Jets to the Dolphins. Running into that Eagles game because I got questions. Giants 16, Eagles 22.
Malcolm got
the
answers.
win.
What questions you got, Clifford?
First and foremost, I want to shout out AJ Brown for breaking Philly's single season receiving record in that game. Yeah, I want to shout him out for that. But Jalen Hurts, he threw for 57.1, 229 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception on a 65.1. I'm just wondering, and I know y'all got a bye. Is he going to be ready, though? Do you think that he'll be healed by then?
Got 2 weeks. Yeah, he got 2 weeks. He said that I was watching today, him and Nick Sirianni were talking about it. You know, he played the game. That's the kind of leader he is. He's the strongest guy they said in the locker room. So it's kind of like you, Cliff. Like, you talk about it yourself, right? You're playing. Like, especially if it's something on the line, which this is home field advantage. Like, yeah, this shit hurt. But I'm going to do whatever I got to do to help will my team to the win. So I think in 2 weeks, do I think he'll be 100%? I hope. But I think he'll be good enough to play. I think he'll be good enough to take on whoever we got to take on.
I think he pretty much proved to you he'll be good enough to play. It's just, is that, say, let's be generous and say 87% of Jalen's full potential enough to get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
that's like throwing arm. That's my issue about it, is because some of those passes were off. You know, and I'm not saying you're going to get all of them on, but it was clear that he was struggling with his accuracy in the game. And I was thinking that shoulder do it to you.
So what we got to do if we can't throw the ball? We going to run it. And we got over 1,000-yard runner, the 5th best running back. I believe he was ranked.
Sanders. Now we going to get into that. Yeah, we going to get into that.
So if he can't throw it, them legs still work, Cliff, and they still moving.
Man, so got Boston Scott backing him up. He
ain't
bad either.
Yeah, as long as his arm is at least 90% or better, he'll be fine, and he's tough anyways. He ain't gonna let
CT in the building.
What up, CT?
Is that Les? What?
And Les,
yeah.
What?
We got a full house.
I told you I said
R.I.P. Bob Saget.
Yeah, man. I told you I playoffs I'll be back.
Oh, the only thing I wanted to say is that Kenny Golladay catch.
I seen that.
Man,
yeah,
that shit was
crazy.
They
have him. I forgot they have him. But the New York Giants wide receivers, man, I think it's something, I don't know. Maybe they're the wide receiver whisperers.
It might be a curse. It might be a curse.
What's the name? What's the one dude's name? Is it Hodges or something? He's coming into his own.
I don't know.
Light skinned dude.
I know he's talking about.
Bro. A lot of those, Brett. A lot of us.
Come on, that's where you come in, Malcolm. You know, channel one of your brothers for the
She's stupid. I just caught that.
Funny.
I just caught
made me think of Shamar Moore and like a whole crew behind him or something.
You said what?
That made me think of Shamar Moore with like a whole crew of light-skinned dudes behind him.
I'll be right behind him.
Great. Shamar Moore.
Fritz a real one.
She's stupid. We about to fly through him though. Again, that was what?
The defense has been concerning the past couple of weeks. Not really the defensive line, more of the secondary. So I'm worried about that. I'm worried about.
Say concerning. I'll just say, well, first off, let's put it like this: they're DBs. And while I may have a bias towards DBs, because that'll always be my favorite area to play in, that's a tough position to be on for all season long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, for a lot of these teams that are fighting for playoff spots, the playoffs started weeks ago.
Right.
And Eagles are still a new team to that, for real, that play. This Eagles team, I'll say. They're newer to making it this far, so they're going to get hit with a few tricks that they're not ready for.
Well, I'd say the secondary, again, not the because we have a lot of veterans. Like I said, Jason Kelce, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox. I mean, we've Sue. So we've got guys who are some vets and some who've been to the big dance and won. But we do have some guys that are younger in that secondary, though, that are less. Darius Slay, right? Remember, he's a Detroit. He's not used to, so that stuff concerns me, but that's what they call him, big play Slay. I'm hoping come playoff time, baby, you big play Slay.
Listen, he won me over. I mean, I was pointing him out to you last year at points, and you didn't really like him, but I felt why you didn't like him. It wasn't but he won me over this year. I'll say.
Yeah, he had a way better year this year.
Yeah, he won me over this year.
Yeah, because he's not in Detroit no more.
So you expect him to do something in Detroit?
Yeah, I mean, what?
He did ball out in Detroit. He did ball out.
You can do somewhere wherever you're at.
Right.
Yeah.
As a DB.
As a DB, it doesn't
Deion
matter.
Sanders, Falcons.
Now, you can
look
say that.
Look at Xavier Howard.
Right. Well, hold up. Les, you can say that, and you end up being the DB that never goes nowhere. Because they're not looking at your team, G. If that's the case, then why did they pick Darius Slay from the Lions? Because they saw he was putting in effort, even though he knew he was on a team that wasn't going nowhere. You can't be like, man, I'm on this fuck-ass team. I'm just going to give fuck-ass effort. That's going to be the end of your career.
They're going to demand a trade. Like D-Hop or somebody like that. They're just going to demand a trade.
That's if you good enough, and my guy Slay wasn't good enough back then to be on some shit like that.
I felt like he could have been.
Nah.
And even Deion Sanders, who's they say is supposed to be the GOAT at cornerback. I mean, the Falcons weren't no team, but he still did his thing. He always been.
The NFL considers DBs to be interchangeable.
Right, I agree.
Where you should be able to put your second string in and still hold your own. It doesn't work that way, but that's the way the NFL believes it does. So, now it's a harsh reality, right? Because again, with all the penalties and the new receivers coming out that are coming in the league NFL ready, the NFL's like, oh shit, we need DBs that's keeping up with them. And now you're going to see the DB start getting appreciated again.
Yeah.
I don't know. The lockdowns always get paid, no matter what team they play for. No matter who they play for.
The lockdowns always get paid.
See Sauce this year, man. This dude,
Sauce Gardner.
He ranked the number one cornerback in his rookie year.
Oh,
crazy.
He's
Sauce Gardner ranked number one.
Is he number one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cliff, this man got a partnership with Buffalo Wild Wings right now. They got
the sauce ain't that bad.
I'm trying to
spicy barbecue kind of sauce.
I haven't tried them yet. I'm about to go, Cali.
I heard, but he said he wanted to do that when he first came into the league before he was entering in the
But if he was trash, they wouldn't have said, come on for a partnership. If he ended up not
right, they wanted to see what this season was about before they took him up on that offer. But
they took him up pretty quick though.
He was saying that before he even got drafted.
But it's New York, it's the biggest market in the world. So
we heard you say it. We're gonna get it done. But we'll move on. Which one? What's a good one? I want.
Did you get the final score, Cliff, of that game? By the way,
yeah, 16-22.
Yeah, that's too close for me. Yeah, that defense going to have to step up in the playoffs.
16-22.
The Giants are scrappy though, so you can't be that surprised with the
They
Giants.
are.
Period.
But they didn't play Daniel Jones, did they?
Pick. That's my sleeper pick. I think the Giants gonna take out.
Yeah, they didn't play.
Are they getting Daniel Jones back though? Is the question.
No, he's not injured. They just sat him for the game because it was.
They said a lot. They said a lot of guys.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, he's not injured.
It's just that they was going to be the 6th seed regardless. Right. I think it was the 6th or something like that seed, regardless of a win or loss. So it was like, I don't think they played Barkley or
they didn't
Jones.
play Saquon.
Yeah, they was just like, yo.
They didn't play none of their they didn't play none of their starters, wide receivers. They didn't. It was all backup.
Yeah, defense too.
They They get a warm-up
They ain't have nothing to play for, so
yeah, they got a warm-up game to see what they got for next year. Then this also determines your 53-man roster.
Damn, see what you got for next year. They still in it.
No, what I'm saying is, if a wide receiver is a fourth string and he normally doesn't get to play,
I see what you're saying.
He has to play for that roster spot.
Right.
See, that like what you was just saying about like motherfuckers that star players that takes it off. If you take it off and you're in a position that's competitive, DB, wide receiver, running back, or you injury prone, you're not touching the field. So it's either we make this roster, or at least I'm gonna get on somebody's practice squad, and then when somebody gets injured next year, I'm gonna make the main roster. So it's all about roster spots and years in the league, so you can get your pension and you can get your max, whatever a max is, but you try to get a max. No,
probably won't get a max, but
I'm just saying, if you have a player that really hasn't played, got like 5-6 years in the league, has a breakout year, bro, they're gonna pay him some crazy ass deal. You know what I'm saying? Like if he goes crazy and drops 1,500, 17 touchdowns, 100 receptions, bro, he's putting up Jamar Chase numbers, and he's a nobody. He's getting a max contract.
What's interesting is we getting to a point now where I think that you're going to see the max contracts increase in general just because of the players that you're getting now, the NIL deals, all that in college. You're going to see a bump in all of that bullshit. I guarantee it. I guarantee we almost get back to the Matt Stafford, Jamarcus Russell days where they start paying motherfuckers ahead of production. I guarantee it.
You're also going to see quarterbacks start. You're going to see, especially with quarterbacks, you're going to see them start being like, nah, I'm not going there. They're going to start doing that. Eli Manning,
they said Trevor Lawrence was on that.
Yeah, they say. I mean, it was like a rumor. I don't know for sure, but you start seeing that Eli Manning, John Elway stuff, man, because you can figure with the NIL, they're going to have millions of dollars anyway if they already that deal.
Right.
So they could really be like, nah, they'll tell the team like, nah, I'm not coming to y'all. So like, y'all can sign me if you want, but it's not going to turn out good for y'all because they already got money in the bank where they could be more picky.
Especially the two-sport athletes. Come on. The Kyler Murrays with the NIL deals? Come on, man.
Yeah, but I think Kyler I think he should have went baseball. But I mean, I get it. I would have went baseball just because there's no salary cap. So
he still has time. I feel like
it's no fun.
I say it doesn't matter. I say if he gets injured the next year, if the next year ends up being the same where he has to go out halfway through due to injury, it's about time for you to put that helmet up and grab that bat. Hit that batter's box there, bruh.
Right, depending on what coach they hire too. Depending on what coach they bring in, because Cliff, he got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so depending on what coach they bring in, he might be like, nah, I'm cool.
But like Mark said, they entertaining Sean Payton now too. Like you never know. Like, and if I'm Sean Payton, that's not an awful place for me to land.
I don't know. I think that the organization of the ownership is a little dysfunctional to a certain degree. I mean, you just literally gave an extension to your head coach for 7 years, like, or whatever, how many years, like a couple of months ago. That was early, that was like, that was during this season pretty much that they extended him.
Right.
Before they did the stuff with Kyler Murray. But, you never know, man. I mean, if they're going to turn over the whole system, the whole organization to him and give him the power that be, then, that's always going to be an attractive move for a coach that want to have that power.
Right.
And
he's the one. What was you about to say, Les?
I said the Nick Saban power, man. Nick Saban runs this whole organization. So.
But Nick Saban doesn't do that in the NFL. It's a different beast.
No, I get what I'm just saying.
I understand the comparison. But we'll move on. Let's hit them.
Say Belichick would be a better comparison.
Belichick, man,
would be a better
he's the GM. He's the GM and the head coach. He's doing everything over there in New England.
Hang his ass up.
But that's probably why they're not that good.
He's old, man.
You better fucking stop it.
Get out, man. Belichick.
You never seen that?
Stop it, CT.
Stop it.
Stop that
you never
shit.
seen that?
That is crazy to even say.
They got a video. They got a video out, right? It's like a dude acting like he Belichick at the combine, and you see a receiver running mad fast, he's like, nah, we don't want him. Do you see a receiver run like a 4.7? He's like, yeah, we need him right there. That's our receiver.
I don't know what it is, but he knows something we don't.
Can't get up, Belichick.
But Ravens Bengals. That would have been a good segue into the Patriots, but I'm trying to give Coach Mike a little bit more time, even though he's not going to make the cut.
Ravens don't stand a chance if Lamar don't come back.
Period.
I mean, watching that court, was that Huntley?
No. Brown? Anthony Brown, yeah.
Brown?
That was
oh, my God. He no offense. You guys have zero offense left.
Didn't he come in last year and he had a little bit of production?
No, that wasn't not Brown.
Huntley.
No, Huntley got hurt last year too, and they brought him in.
No, it was Huntley that I thought was doing his thing.
It was his first game.
They had another. Then they had a different.
They had McSorley from Penn State.
Who?
The white dude from Penn State?
Nah, it was a black dude. Because I remember making a joke. I said, "How many niggas y'all got in the stable like him?"
RG3.
That's all Huntley do, man. If he put on Lamar Jackson jersey outside of gameplay wise, but I mean, when you look at them, you're like, yo, these niggas related or what?
I swear they look the same.
No, man.
Not the same. Yeah. They cloning. Y'all cloning in
we Baltimore.
I wouldn't be
but yeah, Baltimore probably the biggest dog in there. I know Miami's gonna be the biggest dog in the playoffs. But
what you mean by that? What you mean by that?
The biggest dog in the playoffs. Miami's gonna be the biggest underdog in the playoffs, and then probably followed by Baltimore as far as like the matchup.
Well, I guess they still fighting for the wild card spot.
No, I think Jacksonville is the biggest underdog in the playoffs.
I would say Jacksonville.
Vegas don't think that way.
Oh,
that's because like Q said, that's because it's not even about full squad. It's about the quarterback situation.
I mean,
now I know y'all are
they got a full squad though. They got a full squad.
I think Jacksonville could beat.
They probably one of the only teams with a full squad.
I like
that's because Evan Ingram and all them was out the front half of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They got their licks in the front half, sat out, and made it to the. That's that Anthony Davis. Not to switch gears, but that's what you need to do. Get him out the whole front half and bring him in the back. That's the only way it's gonna work. But yeah, I think Jacksonville. I still think they're the biggest underdog, regardless.
I got him on a parlay.
Miami is the biggest underdog. Miami got to be the biggest underdog. Playing Buffalo.
Oh, you talking about
you mean like the game itself?
Yeah.
Like
I'm talking about the biggest underdog in
the playoffs.
Well, that's different.
The playoffs, though.
Playoffs.
Yeah, I'm talking about
no Tua, no Teddy.
Well, what about Seattle then?
I don't know.
I like
seen
the Chargers.
Teddy on the parlay. I'm thinking Teddy might play. I seen Teddy on the parlay when I was looking as far as betting money.
I wouldn't count on it.
Teddy
I'm
get
still
touchy,
concerned. Yeah, I'm still concerned.
Teddy Bridgewater, but can Teddy Bridgewater get you more than 2 touchdowns in a game?
No.
I think he can. I think he can.
He cannot.
At Buffalo. Not at Buffalo.
Y'all would have to run. No, I don't care if he was. He could be in his
Miami.
home. He could be right in Miami at his own home in his
not
backyard.
recovering from a dislocated pinky in your throwing hand. In your throwing hand, like your pinky is your guide. That's where I'm.
Yeah.
Like I don't even have my pinky to guide me right. That's crazy.
If Skylar Thompson playing, that's gonna be ugly.
Oh, Brady's done it.
Listen, if y'all
said Brady's done it.
Yeah.
But he's also
Brady ain't Kobe.
Brady's different.
Brady ain't come back and say, "Give me a towel to bite and pop this bitch back." I'm going in.
Are we doing pick'ems?
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, we gonna do them, but we gonna do them for the start of the playoffs. What's that you got going on there, Les? Don't.
Ain't me.
Who's that?
That was somebody's TV, huh? Nowhere near.
No.
That was Les.
I don't have it.
Everybody snitching. Yeah, but Joe Burrow didn't have the best game either. He only had 1 touchdown, 215 off of 59.5 completion. It was there for the Ravens to take, but I can understand like having your third stringer in, how tough that could be.
I'm putting my parlay on the Ravens, just like certain little things, though not to win, but more so like, you know, they're gonna have to rush. I mean, but the thing is, if Cincinnati jumps out ahead of them, it's gonna be all bad because then they're gonna be trying to throw their way back in the game, and they're not built to do that. So,
right.
That's Cincinnati versus who? I'm sorry, I don't have it memorized.
Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They Deshaun Jackson ain't built for that.
Only chance they stand is if Lamar comes back, which he's supposed to, right?
They have him out of now.
Still having practice. Even Huntley is up in the air as well.
Well, he got a couple weeks, so I don't think Lamar gonna give him anything extra. I do think he's gonna come back and play, but I don't think he's giving them anything extra. Like he's not going the extra mile.
I don't even know, man. I don't know. I mean, I guess you kind of have to go back and play since you're in like the postseason, but
no, you don't have to.
Back and play.
No, you don't have to. I'm just thinking from a standpoint of Lamar's situation. He either has it in his head that he's already out. I'm already out of there.
Oh, he's out of there.
He has it in his mind that I could still ice the cake on a better deal.
Well, they just paid Roquan Smith the biggest contract the linebackers ever got in NFL history.
Yeah, you know what I think they're going to do? This is what I think Lamar's going to do. I think Lamar is
he ain't even been there a whole season.
Right.
I think Lamar's going to I think he's going to give them the bare minimum, but he's going to come out and make it work. Like if he plays, that might be an upset. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he might come out and possibly upset them, and just to kind of shove it in their face, like this is what you guys are going to be missing because I'm leaving.
How can he leave?
That would be a good story.
They can still franchise tag him though. Like
that don't mean that
he can't go nowhere.
The Packers franchise tagged Devontae last year. And he said, I'm not doing that. I'm out. And that's how we got him.
But they traded him. They traded him, though. That the Raiders traded for him. So they still had to trade. Like, if Baltimore be like, nah, y'all not giving us enough for whatever they want the trade to be, they still got the rights to him because of him being a first-round pick and that franchise tag. They could do it twice, actually.
Yeah, they can. But the problem with the franchise tag is this. When I looked at their cap space, they roughly had about 9.5. With that Roquan deal, you're over the cap at this point, and you're going to have to make cuts to even sign your draft picks for next year. So the problem is, if you franchise tag them, you have too much money tied up into one player. And even if you try to, you can't. They're not. It's going to be like $43 million, and the next year it's going to be like 60 something. They're not about to be. They're not about to shell out that type of money, bro. Like
they did it with Joe Flacco.
But Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. We're talking about two different players.
I mean,
Joe Flacco they just pay Humphreys too.
And Humphreys, his contract's about to expire, bro. We don't have money. We just gave 100 to him. We you know what I'm saying? Who's a dog? Shout out to Roquan. I like them in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I liked him and Mac. But you know that's cool. Humphrey's gonna have to get his payday. Lamar's not getting it, so Lamar's out of there. We're gonna have to draft the quarterback with our first round pick, and then we're gonna have to just call it what it is. I appreciate you, Lamar. You know what I'm saying? I wish you would stay, but nigga, get your bread. Shout out to you.
Shit, fuck. But we'll move on. Browns Steelers.
Browns is garbage.
That game went exactly how I knew it was gonna go.
Man, stop, Brett.
No, I said. Well, was I on last week?
Yeah,
he was.
I said Steelers. Look at the notes.
She's the only one that said Steelers.
I said Steelers.
I said okay.
We rarely beat them, and there's nothing on the line. No, we're gonna lose.
Shout out to Pickett. Pickett was doing his thing.
But he only threw for 44.8 completion, 195. He did 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
They're not that good. So I knew we were going to get out coached at the end of the day. I knew we were gonna get out coached. He's not that good. He didn't do nothing amazing, but I knew they were gonna out coach him.
I will say, in just as this isn't even I was about to say in Cleveland's defense, but there's not even a defense. A ray of hope, not even a ray of hope. A good, like little ornament on the game. That Deshaun Watson tackle off that second interception, I was like, oh shit. You keep doing that, they're going to try and put you at a different position. You know how they do black quarterbacks? You're going to be on DB next week. You keep hitting like that, boy. I was like, that was nice. You might want to not let them folks know really, you can do that.
This was really just a warm-up preseason for him. Honestly, like it kind of worked out in the way where it probably should have, as far as him getting the wind back under his wings and getting that real game time. So by the time he go through the whole training camp next year and everything else, he should be back up to speed. I would hope.
Right.
Oh,
sharpen up that whole line.
No, I think he will be. I think he will be because you think about how they're going to use him throughout. I guarantee, I don't know if Cleveland makes any moves.
No. They ain't got
no.
Nigga, they two left feet.
I'm talking about like office-wise.
They might.
That's what I'm thinking of. Is if they don't make any moves, you run him all throughout the off season. Of course, you got the optionals he may not show up to, but that lets you know exactly what kind of nigga he is if he don't. But after that, you play him for the first half of the preseasons to get him loose. By the time that first season, the start of that season comes back, this deck's going to be shuffled up so much it won't make a difference. He's going to have time to catch his feet. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you the same way we talked about at the beginning of this last season on this podcast about how much shuffling took place, it's going to be the same thing going on next season.
Does Deshaun be top 10 in passing yards next year?
Could he be?
No.
He probably won't be.
He could be. He has the potential.
That's very possible.
Will he be?
That's very possible. I mean, people are forgetting like short-term memory. Like this dude was like one of the top 5 quarterbacks before all of this shit happened. He was up there, and he was playing on the Texans, and he still was like balling. And they was losing, but he was balling. Like hella touchdowns, didn't have a lot of interceptions. QB rating was good, completion rating was good. That's why they paid so much to get him.
Right.
He went to Cleveland though, so I don't know.
That's like the graveyard.
Hey, I think for him to be successful,
but Odell got a ring after he left. But he left.
They need a new OC. For him to be successful, they need a new offensive coordinator, somebody with some creativity, somebody with some,
But that's the
dog in them.
I agree, but that's also the gamble that I'm talking about when I say if they don't make any office moves. Because if they make office moves, depending on who they acquire, that could fuck everything up. Like that could fuck up the progression that you've had from him thus far.
I don't think it's been enough
worry.
Yeah, to even worry about it. When it comes to him, just him. Other people, of course. I mean, they already got rid of their defensive coordinator. So I need that offensive coordinator to go.
They need to go get Lovie Smith a head coach. They ugly to fire him in Houston.
Facts.
After 1 year, they was playing hard for Lovie.
He interviewed for.
They did the same thing with the dude before him, the black
interview for some position that they just announced that they weren't considering him for. I can't remember who it was, and I don't want to put it out there if it ain't true.
Lovey going back to college football.
Houston's a train wreck, man. Like I said, they a train wreck. But that's just that karma from that owner just being who he is. So hey, they could keep on burning.
Well, let's move on. Let's talk about how wrong I was.
About what?
The Chiefs-Raiders game.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
And y'all look good, but y'all just could not score to save y'all's life. Y'all was right there so many times. Like, I think I put it in the group chat. Like, how many times are y'all not going to score and y'all go all the way down the field? Like, that's crazy to me.
And
I want to blame play calling.
That's what I was just about to say. At this point, with two different quarterbacks, that's a problem. That's a problem beyond the player you're putting at quarterback. That's a problem. I don't know what the problem is, and I don't know who it is exactly, but it is a problem. I will say, for all the people that weren't on when I said before, I do think that there is a noticeable difference between the momentum with Josh Daniels quarterback being in a Josh Daniels system and Jarrett Stidham. That was a bar. But he's still not that guy. He's not the guy either. Like, he's good. He's a good backup.
Giving him a fair shake based off of those.
No. Those two games aren't a fair shake because you played two of the toughest games you're going to play. And let's be honest, he threw 61.1%, 219, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on a 76.0 rating. And I'm saying even still, that's a comparable game to the average Carr. Not to mention he had 7 rushing attempts for 50 yards. And that's with 6 sacks on top of that. So you know he probably had more than that. I would definitely take him over Carr.
In the full season for sure.
I would definitely take him over Carr. I will say that for sure. I do not think it is a fair shake. I agree with you. But I still don't know if he's the guy.
What year is Carr in of his contract?
I can't say that he's not the guy.
Didn't they renew it?
I think so.
They renewed it the same time that they renewed Gruden when they had Gruden on the 10-year.
Was that 2 years ago?
Yep. Well, a year and a half. Yeah, about 2 years ago.
So was his contract 4 or 5 years?
That I couldn't confirm or I don't know.
All right, we'll just for the sake of argument, we'll say 4, right? So he's halfway through his contract, right? And so now he's in his 3rd and 4th year, which are the higher years. So if you get rid of him, you have to trade him because if you release him, you're
going to the Jets. Jets. Jets.
No, I don't think.
Carr has to get
I don't think that he's a good fit for the New York market.
That's where he's going, and he gonna cry himself to sleep every night.
The realistic place I think Carr could go, because the only way you can get rid of him is you trade him. You'll face too much issues. Dead cap. Yeah, Colts is more likely, or what's another weak team?
Commanders.
Well, we talked about the landing spots last.
Commanders are now Q. I know you know the term when you're in poker and you put your cards in to get new ones. What's that called?
You said in poker?
Yeah.
I ain't never played that.
How you're not folding, you're not putting your cards in. Like it's in like 5-card draw when you got your cards and you say I want to take 2 and I put.
What you talking about? Hit me
back. I mean, I don't know what it's called, like what the term is, but the whole point is Washington has been doing that for years with their quarterback. They cannot continue. I don't think that they do another put cards in to get another quarterback situation. So I think they're out of the loop as far as.
So you keep Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke?
No, they got to make moves, but I think if you're smart,
yep,
you make draft moves. You can't keep.
You have to.
You can't keep gambling on CB quarterbacks, hoping they make a season, especially when you got decent pieces. Granted, the fact Chase Young was hurt 3/4 of the season.
Young was hurt.
I'm about to say first pick was out like the whole season.
What he played the last 2 games or something like that. That was it.
And they played good the last part of the season
with
Heineke.
The last 2.
That's trash.
That's what he
Cliff, we not taking Carr. We're gonna take Jimmy Garoppolo, keep Mike White as a backup, and because we know Garoppolo ain't gonna make it through a whole season, and then we just let Mike White jump in. He'll already have he's already familiar with the system. So boom, I'd rather take Jimmy G over Derek Carr.
I agree with you. There. And I
like
think I've said that in the past.
I heard somewhere that Carr and Saleh wouldn't really mesh well for some reason. But I mean, obviously, Garoppolo knows Saleh from the 49ers, so I think it would be a good fit.
Right. Well, other than that, in that game, I would like to say, shout out my guy, Kadarius Toney.
Trash.
Injury prone Tony.
Yeah.
And that's what's ironic about it is as injury prone as he is, they was lining him up at running back, and he had a rushing touchdown.
He's gonna get hurt.
Rushing touchdown.
He'll get hurt doing that. And where was he at on the goal line?
No, it was a 14-yard touchdown.
He had one called back, didn't he?
Right. So it was close. He was
I think
damn
so.
close. He was damn near close to the goal line, is what I'm saying.
14 yards is tough for Miles Sanders, let alone 5'6", 135-pound Kadarius Toney.
He ain't 135.
Randall L.
Playing, but that's I'm.
What Miles Sanders do last week?
I'm sure he's like 5'10", $180. I'm sure he's around that, but even still, 14 yards in the NFL is 14 yards. You can't say nothing. And let me tell you something. If you looked at the rushes that he was doing out of that backfield, he's the first that I've ever said in my life. He looked a little Barry Sanders-esque with them cuts.
You know what I like about him? Like Cliff just said,
I like a little Barry Sanders-esque with them cuts.
His creativity is up there.
Right, like he has time to move that.
Yeah, he's quick. He is really quick.
He ain't no Deshaun Jackson in his prime. Deshaun Jackson was
two different things though, because Deshaun Jackson ain't running up the middle. It is
prime. He could have though in his prime.
Him a little bit more
if he had blocks, but I don't know if he has left-right movement enough to do what Kadarius.
Deshaun Jackson
look up the touchdown run, the 14-yard touchdown run, and tell me you ain't impressed.
They say he's
not even the touchdown run. Look at the catch that he made on the sideline. That one where he put that move on him and went around him. I mean, I don't know. You just don't see it like that in this day and age.
They brought him in to be like Percy
Harvin. Right, he's 2 steps ahead of everybody, and that's clear.
Even I like him.
The handoff, he was like,
he gets my vote. He's a flashy little thing.
I think they're gonna hurt themselves if they plan to continue running him at the just straight halfback or tailback or running back position. But he looked good out there. I ain't gonna lie.
And the Wildcat is
good. The boy looked good.
Yeah, he had he only had 2 receptions, 18 yards, but he had 3 rushing attempts, 26 yards, 8.7 average, 1 touchdown, 14-yard long. Listen. But only other thing I want to point out, and this I guess it can't segue because we still got the Bills Patriots. But Devontae Adams this year versus last year. This is another reason you said about Devontae, how is he going to feel without Carr there? It's a very interesting and fair question, right? But again, I feel like as long as they're doing a good job feeding him, he ain't going to have much to say.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, how many men at his age are worried about another man?
Thank you. Let's stop right there. At his age, same age as me, motherfuckers are 30 years old now. In sports, you're becoming one of the old bucks. You're one of the vets. So I understand, Cliff, if someone keeps feeding him, he don't want to get fed. He wants to get a ring.
No, he wants to get fed.
He's not doing it for the money. He don't seem like he's a money guy.
He's doing it for the money.
I mean,
he wants to win.
Led in receiving touchdowns. Led the league in receiving touchdowns.
He's an all-pro, Britt. Why the hell he just out there just to get fed? He wants to win a chip.
Well, I'm saying,
I think he wants to win, but I also think he wants to get paid more than he wants to win.
It's now or never. All I'm getting at. It's now or never for him. It's now or never for Odell. These are now some of the vets, some of the soon to be damn near old heads in the middle athletes, age wise. So it's now or never for these guys.
Well, you played your hand too early. You played your hand too early then. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. If it does end up being a situation where the Raiders get rid of Carr and Carr was your anchor to the situation, you still played your hand too early. You got your contract. You got traded. Nobody else is going to take that on at the moment.
Right.
Motherfuckers can try, but it's going to cost too much.
Right.
So you're stuck. At the end of the day, you're stuck. All I'm getting at is if we looking at stats, he finished this season with 100 receptions, 1,516 yards, 60-yard long, 14 touchdowns. Devontae Adams in the 2021 season with Aaron Rodgers had 123 receptions, 1,553 yards. So what, like 30-something less yards, a 59-yard long and 11 touchdowns. If I can get more done with less reps, that makes me a happy man. Regardless of the situation. I already got paid. Already got that contract. Dunzo. Would love a ring, and I do feel like the Raiders are a team that if you make certain adjustments, they're going to be in the hunt. And I'm putting up the same, if not better, stats off less attempts. Perfect situation for a, as you put it, 30-year-old man.
Organization is not.
That's called being complacent, Cliff.
I agree with that.
That's called being complacent. Do you want to? If you want to be complacent, make money and catch passes, that's cool. But if you want to get a chip,
you skip it.
I don't know what happened with Les. But if you want to get a chip,
but
you know, Carr instead of Rodgers.
I agree, though, but he made his decision. He said Carr is comparable to Rodgers. We know that not to be the case. So if you really want the chip, you can't have your cake and eat it too. We can't have your best friend here and still get you a chip.
Right.
Pick one.
Well, you know, he already spoke on that though, on the situation. You know, he said no matter what he wants to be in Vegas. His dream was always to play for Vegas. He was a Raider fan, you know, being from the West Coast. Yeah, blase.
I feel like that's real.
Before Carr, I believe him because he was a Raiders fan. So I mean, for him to, you know, speak like that, you know what I'm saying?
I get it, but that sounds real PR coordinated.
I mean, but you gotta. But we had this talk early on, like even with Tyreek talking about Tua before the season, you know, claiming he was the most accurate quarterback. You got to boost your boy head up.
Right.
You got to get in. Yeah, you see what Tua did when he came out firing. Carr just did that. Carr just did the opposite. His bad. You know what I'm saying? He had the best team.
His bad. Listen, that was definitely his bad. You hear me? Listen, that nigga right there. I don't know what you got going on.
You on the go, so you passing trees and
he ain't
different
moving.
towers.
No, I'm parked.
He ain't moving.
The bad spot.
But we'll move on. Next up, we got the Patriots Bills game. CT, tell me about it.
Just the start of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
The start of it.
For that BS y'all did against us with that punt return. So there you go.
They had two of them against us in one game. So, yeah, I knew what type of day it was.
Listen, two kick.
What was his name? Who was the punt return?
We was tied at half, though.
Tied at half.
We're going to call him Finesse 2 times. He said Finesse 2 of them.
Listen, 2 of them. Both for touchdowns. And it's crazy because Josh Allen got emotional in the post-game press conference talking about that was the Bills' first kickoff return for a touchdown in 3 years in 3 months. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. The math is crazy.
We played good, though. It was tied at half. I thought we was going to steal one, but, yeah, They came out of half of the kickoff return. I was like, yeah, it's ugly. So
Listen, Matt Milano had the 40-yard pick return.
yeah.
And then Tremaine Edmonds iced it. Got the last interception that killed the game.
We got an interception before the half.
Even the dogs was pissed about that game.
Listen,
You asking questions about it, Cliff got them riled up, boy.
I'm telling you, we'll keep them
And I
in the
was
cage.
just smiling. I was just smiling away like, hey, anytime, man, you can pour me a whole can of Patriots tears, and I
I'm
was
telling you, man, I was happy. I was
Listen,
so happy.
Buffalo doesn't win without those 2 kickoff returns, though.
That's what I said. They
They
offense
don't
really
win
wasn't doing
without
much.
2 kickoff returns.
Man, DeMar was calling plays, bruh.
What you expect?
He
Division
was
game.
calling plays.
DeMar was on FaceTime on the sideline calling play. Coach,
Nah, he was there. He said, "Put me in Naheem's ear. It'd be nice if you could get one for me." He said, "Fuck it, I get you 2.
I might get you 3.
You know."
I don't think it's gonna happen for another 3 years. So
Listen.
better
To
enjoy.
see Belichick get burnt on, like, you know how he is about special teams and this and that and the third. So to see that happening, I know he was pissed. I love every minute of that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But speaking of DeMar, he got released from the hospital today.
Yeah.
All praise be to the Most High. You know.
Yeah, man. Yes, yes.
That's a definite what's up situation. But yeah,
Definitely.
that's it. That's all. We on to the next. Playoffs begun for the Showerheads. That's a 23-35 Patriots lost to the Bills. Let me repeat myself for y'all in CT. But moving on. I want to talk about these stats, like the stats, right? Because I think they weird. I'm not gonna lie. I pulled them from NFL.com, right? Like, quarterback didn't really make a difference. So 1, 2, and 3 on quarterbacks. I only did the top 3 for real. Patrick Mahomes with 5,250 yards off of 67.1% for the season. 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Next, they had Justin Herbert at 4,739 yards off of 68.2% completion, 25 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Then they had Tom Brady at 4,694 yards, 66.8% completion, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But there was a gap like between them. There was a smarter way to say it. Switch to Verizon.
That's right. For a limited time.
Verizon?
Hey, y'all better get a check cut from that.
Listen, let me find out we got sponsors in this motherfucker. But what I was saying was there was a gap. I think where's my phone at? There was a gap between them and like other motherfuckers like Joe Burrow, for instance.
I mean, Joe Burrow's spot on. He at 44.75. I mean, he's not too far off.
35 touchdowns though.
Oh, you're talking about touchdown. I thought you were
I'm talking about all together. Like how does Joe Burrow drop so low from Tom Brady with 35 touchdowns thrown? That's the second most in the league.
It's biased.
Because Tom Brady
that's what it
completed
sound like.
490 passes and Joe Burrow only completed 414.
But I'm saying though,
Well,
you got
that's
more
better.
that's more
He
efficient.
got more touchdowns.
You got
off
more
of less
touchdowns
attempts.
off of that. A couple hundred less yards, but you still were right on that and had more touchdowns. Geno Smith had 30.
Tom Brady only had 9 interceptions. Joe Burrow had 12.
Right, but Patrick
But
Mahomes
that's
had
10 more
12.
touchdowns, though, right? It was like about 10 more touchdowns. He said 35 to 25.
Right.
No, it's 20. No, Brady. Yeah, 10 more. Yeah, 10 more.
I'm taking Burrows based off stats alone.
Yeah, I don't know how they figure it out. I'm looking at it too. I don't know how.
Now here's where it gets real interesting, right? Look at the wide receivers, the receiving yards. Justin Jefferson at 128 receptions, 1,809 yards, 8 touchdowns. Then you have Tyreek Hill with 119 receptions, 1,710 yards, 7 touchdowns. Then for some reason, they put Travis Kelce with 110 receptions, 1,338 yards, 12 touchdowns.
They got him as number 8 on my list, Cliff, on NFL.com.
Did they had to have updated it? Because I was looking everywhere to see why that was.
Number 3 is Davante Adams.
And it's funny that you say that because I replaced Travis Kelce on my list with Davante Adams. Granted, the stats that he put up with 14 touchdowns, 1,516 yards, doesn't make sense to me. Off 100 receptions. That's 20 less than the next motherfucker. Well, 19, but I rounded up. Let's keep it a buck. Now, what's even crazier is on the list I had, they had A.J. Brown at 14 with 88 receptions, 1,496 yards, 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's number 4.
I was about to say, because that's where I put him as well.
I damn near put him at 3, not to be biased, only because it says Davante had 180 targets and 100 receptions. AJ Brown only had 145 targets and 88 receptions. He did more with less.
It was easy to pay off the low rates on my platinum card from maybe Federal Credit Union. And I didn't be without them.
Yo, where the ad check coming from? You know what I'm saying?
That's my
somebody's flying.
Brent's scratching her head. That's why
I don't know why they keep popping up.
I remember why they did back in the day.
I don't know nothing about that.
I remember why they did. Just play it. But oh yeah,
I was saying AJ did more. Well, not more, but he technically did more with less targets. But I see why they.
I mean, he averaged 2 more yards, but Davante got 3 more touchdowns.
Right.
But like I said, he's got 100.
And had 2 worst quarterbacks throwing to him.
Yeah.
And had Carr and Jarrett. So that goes to show you why there was a damn near half. He only caught half of his targets.
Right.
So I mean, either way, I'm not going to argue you on that. I could see it being either way, but based off of the touchdowns alone, I would lean Davante.
In Davante's defense, some of them throws he wasn't fucking open, but he gets the target in.
Right. Right. Some of them throws wasn't even to him.
And he got the target.
Man.
That's just the nature of the game. We had Gardner Minshew in for 2 games. You got to deal with what you got.
You right about that. I'm just saying you got a little more than we do in that position, at least. Rushing was as to be expected. Josh Jacobs, number 1 with 1,653 yards, 12 touchdowns, 86-yard long. Derrick Henry with 1,538 yards, 13 touchdowns, 56-yard long. Nick Chubb with 1,525 yards, 12 touchdowns, 41-yard long. That makes sense.
Hell, Justin Fields, number 7 on the rushing list.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. He was running for his life all season.
You goddamn right. And will be next year too if he stays in Chicago. I promise you that.
He might be number 1 next year as a quarterback. He might be running.
Right. Fuck around.
He's running every play. He's running every play. That boy, he's not gonna make his contract extension the way he got to run around. Y'all was worried about Lamar running. I'm worried about Fields running. Because Fields is not like Lamar. He'll get folded in half.
Listen, we talking about more that don't make sense, right? Look up the tackles. Oh, Malk ain't even in the chair. So on the tackles, what I got was number 1, Jacksonville linebacker Foye Olakun or whatever his name is. Oh, what's his name?
It's
Yeah,
Foysade
something. He had 184 combined, 56 assisted, 97 solo, and 2 sacks.
128 solo.
A lot of tackles. He was getting active.
Oh, is it 128 solo?
56.
Oh, what I had
Yeah,
was
128 solo for number 1.
Okay, that makes sense then.
2 forced fumbles, 2 sacks.
Right, that makes sense then. Because then they had Nick Bolton with 180 combined, 72 assists, 99 solo, and 2 sacks.
What about Milano?
That makes more sense if he had 128 solo, because that's not what the list said on mine.
When did you pull your information?
Today.
Like earlier in the day, or? Oh yeah, they.
But they ain't played since, so why ain't it updated?
Yeah.
But you said Milano.
I don't even see him in the top 50, cuz.
He did miss a couple games, so
he was hurt a lot. Well, not a lot, but
he missed at least 4 games minimum.
Then they had your boy Baltimore, Roquan Smith, with 169 combined, 66 assists, 84 solo, 4.5 sacks.
Solid, man. He's doing what he's supposed to do, man.
I don't know if that's a reason
that's
to give him
a
paycheck before Lamar, though. But
nah, I wouldn't pay a linebacker over Lamar, and especially in this dire situation they're in. But I mean, you got to pay the people. You know, he's on a 1-year deal. You got to pay him, or he's going to dip. So you did a lot to get him there. So and pay Humphrey next. If we're getting rid of Lamar, pay Humphrey. But yeah, go ahead.
But Roquan probably has a bona fide agent that's in the buddy group with the people. You know, again, we're talking about Lamar's mom and him trying to take over, and I get that. I'm not hating on that one bit. I totally understand that. But like we said, it's the sacrifices you make, the chances you take.
It's the same with boxing. The best
Bobby
boxers right now. Well, not even the best boxer. Devin Haney is a perfect example. The undisputed champion of the light. What is he? He's a light.
It ain't lightweight.
It is lightweight.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is lightweight.
140?
It's 135, so it's not super light.
Fuck light.
But whatever the case, it's never been. But whatever the case, it's never been done before, and he's not making the kind of money he could be making. He's not making the kind of money he could be making because his dad is his manager. He's not signed to no promotional company. It's the exact same situation. If you're not in that fraternity, we're going to treat you as such. Now, the moment he chooses to enroll, so to speak, I guarantee you the money comes in. But right now, if you want to make it yourself, make it yourself. That's what they telling him.
Sign to Mayweather. If Tank's leaving, you know what I'm saying? Sign to Mayweather, get your money up, then you could dip on too.
Well, see, that's the fucked up path of boxing, right? Because you can sign to Mayweather, but Mayweather's not your end. Al Heyman is. So now you got 2 hands. Now you got 2 hands reaching into my pocket. Al Heyman and Mayweather.
You got to play the game, brother. The reason why Lamar and them should have agents. Now, I think there's about 4 or 5 NFL players currently that don't have agents, including Lamar and Bobby Wagner. But Bobby Wagner was a proven inside linebacker that dominated and won a Super Bowl. So he has a lot more credibility over somebody like necessarily Lamar, who has less time in. He doesn't have an agent. He doesn't quite know the business acumen. And so he's trying to negotiate a deal based off of what he feels. He's trying to negotiate a deal based off of what he feels against what the face value.
I think that's somewhat unfair to say, right? Because I couldn't imagine that he would have his mom be his agent and they didn't do the homework. I couldn't imagine that they would just place a number off of what they feel as opposed to what they see going on. I would imagine that every offer that they're throwing out to these motherfuckers is an educated one. Granted, the fact you see what you paying Deshaun, and granted the fact I saw what you gave Patrick Mahomes and all that, and you don't give me anything. Even when Lamar asked for weapons, what'd they do? Fortified their defense.
Just because they know where they're going, because they understand
right.
that they
and
need
it seems like you're going there without me. If I'm Lamar, which is fine.
He's not staying on Baltimore. Yeah, he's not staying on Baltimore. If they franchise tag him, which I'm telling y'all right now, we're gonna look at this 6 months from now. But I'm telling y'all, if they franchise tag him, which they don't have the money to do, but let's say they do. If they franchise tag him, they're going to put themselves in a hole, and that's going to screw their whole defense up. If defense is their key, and that's what they're building upon, by signing your inside linebacker or outside linebacker, and then you're going to have to sign Humphrey, who's your shutdown corner. If you sign Lamar and you don't sign your corner after you just signed your outside linebacker, it doesn't matter if you have a quarterback or not. Your defense is going to suffer. It's going to fail. So you might as well let Lamar go, and then you better find who's your next guy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't pay him the money. He's anything less. It is what it is.
Tyler is.
I'll see Lamar. I can see Lamar in Arizona, and I can see him in Seattle. So shout out to Lamar.
I could see him in Seattle too.
Or Seattle.
Yeah, I could see him in Seattle.
Because Geno, he's the backup.
Bless you if that's what that was.
I don't think I want to see him in Seattle. Lamar.
Shit, I can see him. I
you
like
wouldn't
him
want to see him in Seattle?
Actually.
Nah, I don't like it.
I like him.
I don't like it.
And Lockett.
I like it.
I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel like
I can see it.
I'm saying I don't want to see it.
Lamar in Seattle.
Well, let's put it like this. If Pete Carroll ever calls the pass and they don't got Marshawn Lynch, Lamar could always tuck it and run.
Nah, they got Geno Smith. They're happy in Seattle with what they got.
I don't know if they're happy.
They happy. I think they're.
Yeah, Geno Smith made the Pro Bowl, bro. They're cool right now. Russell Wilson.
I don't think that they're cool. I don't think you are cool with Geno Smith.
He made the Pro. I mean, he had a great year. I mean, it's just
I think he just beat Russell.
That's good for him, but I don't think that that's where they stop. I don't think they done looking.
But if it's not broke, don't fix it, and that's how.
It's broke. It could easily be like a retard mistake.
They almost made the playoffs. They literally almost made
They are in the playoffs, ain't they?
They are in the playoffs, but
still. Right. Why we bought right. Yeah,
so that's way above,
Yeah,
nice.
Russell's not even in the playoffs.
That's leagues above expectation. I will say that.
Way.
I know they didn't expect it, and we definitely didn't as fans of the game.
And to break Russell's single season record.
Right.
That's why I said Geno dropped 30. You can't just keep him out of there like that. Now that's where I do feel like there is a popularity contest, right? Because we all know we have been talking about Tom Brady a lot this year. And I'm not taking anything away from Tom because he finished the season a lot better than it looked like, right? But we saw him playing, and we said, Tom ain't the same Tom right now. And it could be Giselle, and it could be the situation, and it could be all that. But somehow the nigga still makes it into the top 3 with the same but lesser stats than the kid who's only been in the league for 3-4 years.
Greatest.
That's crazy.
And Tom also had a lot of injured. He had a banged up team, external factors.
No O-line.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, like we said, Cliff, off podcast with Russell. Tom damn near up there with them with the Broncos this past season as far as injuries and shit
goes.
Their
O-line is bad, but
getting mean by AB on the internet.
Not bad for my podcast listeners. I mean bad when it comes to injuries and shit like that.
It was the Ravens.
What are you saying, Les?
I was saying they up there like with the Ravens, how the Ravens led the NFL last year with all them injuries, man. Like Tampa Bay was the same depth chart. They had the same like 20-something people injured all year. Like it was just ridiculous.
What's Les doing
some
right
people
now?
IR, some people doubtful.
That's the real question. That's what I want to know. What you doing right now? What is you staking out that far in the sticks that your shit skipping? What's going on? Where you at? What rest stop?
I'm in the Bayside.
I don't know where the Bayside is, and I don't know any bay around where you at.
No, we in the sticks, man. We off in the country. I ain't too far from the Amish. I ain't too far from the Amish.
All right. No, if I see a horse and carriage ride by you, motherfucker.
And we ain't too far. We about 20 miles from that. 20 miles.
They make some banging potato salad, but
facts.
You is stupid.
Chicago Bears owner Virginia Hallis McCaskey. There goes Mike turned 100. Shout out.
Wait, who? Wait, what happened?
The Chicago Bears owner Virginia Hallis McCaskey turned 100 recently.
It's
alive.
So that's why maybe that's the problem with the Bears. The owner's 100 years old.
It's a lady.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say a young lady, but you just said, century mark. So I didn't know what the proper term to say for that would be. But what?
Centurion? What is it?
Centurion? Call a 100-year-old lady a centurion and see what happens. She gonna use the last strength she got left to slap the shit out of your head. Excuse me, centurion. Do you need me to open that door for you?
Oh shit.
Nah, but I mean, God bless. Shit. God bless. I don't know. That's a. I wish there was something on your board queued up right now when for my thoughts. I need my own soundboard.
Oh, Mike soundboard.
I need my own, and I'm gonna have some wild shit queued up. But nah. That's we about to get into the news, but that the last thing I wanted to just point out, and it's a real quick one. Interceptions 22. My guy Minkah Fitzpatrick leads the list, but it's more so like a weekly pick'em lead the list because the top three are all tied.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
CJ Gardner-Johnson, Minkah, and somebody else.
Justin Simmons. But
yeah, so don't leave my boy out. Don't be just talking about it.
Minkah gets it because he has the only interception return for a touchdown out of the three. So it's kind of like you called the spread on that one. You get the win for pulling that off, in my opinion, at least. And I'm not saying I'm anybody, but that's how I felt about it.
I don't know. What about Tariq Woolen?
Yeah, it's
Seattle.
There's like 3 or 4 of them tied.
He had a touchdown.
Oh, did
with
he?
6 picks too?
With 6 picks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them tied, Cliff.
I mean, Minkah. Well,
I mean, you gotta give it to Minkah anyway if you talking about body of work.
And you can't just be. We talk about that.
I don't know, but Seattle in the playoffs, baby.
Hey, that's not fair.
Well, I'm saying, but how many motherfuckers is offenses actually changing plays called because of you? Minkah's back right, audible this one. We're gonna change. Like that's what they do when you see Fitzpatrick in your secondary.
But how do we know they don't do that for the other ones too, though?
I'm just saying, I've never seen anything like it in this era of football. I've never seen a DB more feared to an offense. Not so much like hitting.
Never seen Ed Reed before?
Not so much hitting, but that's what Ed Reed wasn't out there to be the spy.
Yes, you know how many
Whoa. Hey, hold on. I've
Ed
just
Reed
literally
wasn't
seen
a spy.
a story. I saw a story yesterday about Belichick calling Ed Reed the best player he's ever seen.
And I agree.
And that's because he duked the shit out
on
of him
defense,
spying.
Defensively. I wanna
Special
rephrase.
teams.
But
Ed
what you have
Reed
to understand,
literally fake one way, and when Brady threw the ball, he knew where the hell he was going to get that interception and took it back.
He was a Clint. They called him a ball hawk.
Yeah,
that was like his damn near his nickname was ball Ed Ball Hawk Reed or Ball Hawk Ed Reed the Ball Hawk. They called him Ball Hawk.
and you know what? That's kind of tough though, right? Because I do agree, but at the same time, he was there long enough to be that.
he was like that out the gate, baby.
Right,
Right. But I'm saying, like, I've never seen anything like them picking him up from Miami and saying, "You got it. Like, this is your defense."
Baltimore did it.
He came
Sean
in.
Taylor. Sean Taylor got the same respect too now. R.I.P.
Washington.
Facts.
And that could be, you could be absolutely correct.
Hey,
I'm
Cliff.
just not.
Boy, Palomalu was a way better and bigger ball hawk than Minka Fitzpatrick.
No, I give you that. And that's why I said of this generation.
Yeah, probably.
That's why I started it off by saying of this generation. And even Ed Reed is not of this generation, but I haven't seen anything like that. And this comes from me saying, please understand, this comes from me saying we're in an era of the NFL where you don't see any dominant linebackers. You don't see anybody controlling the defense. But Minka Fitzpatrick is like LeBron James on offense dribbling the ball up. Get over there, scoot over. I got this zone. You handle that right there. And he's proving it. You feel what I'm saying?
But wasn't the Honey Badger doing that before
Not
him?
at all. Not at all. I feel like I love Tyrann Mathieu. I don't feel like that's the same. I don't feel like that's the same level.
Shout out Tyrann.
I don't feel like that's the same level because you know what's ironic about all those people that we just named? Minka Fitzpatrick, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Justin Simmons. They're all free safeties.
Which could play both.
Which do play both because Minka Fitzpatrick almost comes down strong more than a lot of safeties that I see. But they're still safeties. And the thing is, when you have good DBs, good cornerbacks, they're funneling those picks to the safety. The safety is going to be the guy that gets the most picks because the cornerback only gets to get the picks if they're jumping a route or if the quarterback makes a mistake and under or overthrows. But other than that, the corner doesn't get the picks. But what they do is they funnel the picks into the safety who has time to see where the ball's going. What my point was beyond that, I have no idea. I forgot that altogether. I forgot my point. But I feel like I proved it.
He's an Alabama product, so I definitely don't put any doubt in Minka Fitzpatrick.
Well, I mean, I'll pick up your point. With the talent that the NFL has now at the quarterback position, you almost have to have a lockdown safety now.
Right.
You need it. You need it, or you ain't getting to no Super Bowl if you don't have a Von Bell or somebody like that on your squad, baby.
You know what? And it's funny that you say that. Because I was about to say I'm confident in the Raiders safety like that in Trayvon Moehrig. He has a lot of upside. I will give him that. But no. I just answered my question. Didn't we just say, Mike, it takes good cornerbacks to funnel the interceptions to the safeties? And when you got Nate Hobbs, although I love, out of Auburn, you're injury prone, you're in and out, you're not there enough. And then you got can't think of his name. Abdul Rahim. I don't know what his name is.
Well, the defense, that's different though, Cliff. The defense, your defense just really isn't good besides the D line, if we're being honest.
Well, no, what I'm getting at is I was going to say I liked him, but then I asked myself, why don't you get that many interceptions if you're stand out like they are? But then when I look at the cornerback talent, it's like, that's why, because those cornerbacks aren't forcing pressure inside to funnel it to the safety. Usually they get whatever they want off on the Raiders on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
So
Y'all used to be known for a strong secondary, in the 2000s.
Woodson and
both Woodsons, Charles and Rod Woodson
at the safety. Mm-hmm. But he was somewhat on his back end when we got.
He was, but he still made plays.
No, he did. He did. That face though. That was Soldier Boy Drake. That was exactly.
I was offended. He still makes promos. I think
and everything when I saw that. But nah, I agree. I agree. But yeah, that was the last stat wise as far as the interception shit that I had. What news you got before we get into the pick'ems and shit?
I mean, we can run through a couple quick ones. Like,
Mike. He's off the camera. I don't know.
We all know that.
We'll get back with him.
That TCU game wasn't really a game. That national championship.
No game at all.
Yeah. They smacked everybody in the mouth.
No game.
They smacked TCU. They smacked the football committee. They smacked everybody in the mouth. Like, why did y'all bring them here?
But that was just a bad matchup,
right?
Like,
they were talking about that though, with bringing the 12 seat playoff
next year.
Right. You're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see a lot of that.
You will in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I think you will throughout.
Well, but that's why you play, right?
No, you're absolutely correct about that. But I do think you will throughout.
I mean, the fact that all I see now is like the SEC heads just, running their mouths. Ultimately, the two Big Ten schools played both of those teams close. Like, so I don't think it's as clear cut as people try to make it out to be at any given point.
All right.
But winning is not transitive. And two, it depends on the game and it depends on the situation and the momentum. Like, football is a game of momentum. If a team can jump out early, it can be trouble.
All right. Yeah. But that wasn't no jumping out early. My nigga.
Touchdown.
Yeah,
that defense was hitting them too hard.
I mean, that's admitted. I mean, he was 18 for 25, 4 touchdowns passing, 2 rushing? Is that what? Yeah, 2 rushing.
Oh, 6 total.
Yeah, 6 total.
I said through. I don't know why I kept.
But I mean, they were making fun of him on other shows because I guess he's one of the older college athletes. Right. He's like
26 or something.
Yeah, like he pulled a Brandon Weeden, but yeah, I mean that was just an all-out blowout.
He got 2 back-to-backs though.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to him.
65-7 Georgia.
That's almost like Lomachenko. Like you stayed as an amateur until you was damn near
65
late 20s.
They said he's the same age as Lamar.
Yeah, they said he's older than a lot of the young quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
65 points, bro.
That's how Brandon Weeden was. Brandon Weeden was 28 when he came out.
He wasn't no Chris Winkie.
High school, that would have been a running clock in the second half.
Bro, 28 ain't that the mercy rule?
It's 30. It's 30 in most high school.
Right.
God.
You shouldn't subject to people to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thought it was going to be a fire-ass national championship. I'm not going to lie, I did too at first.
I did.
But
I did.
I thought it'd be competitive.
I did. I thought it was a decent match.
I didn't think it was going to be. I thought it was going, I thought Georgia was going to win. But I did I like the hunger at TCU, though. Shout out to them. I like the hunger.
Shout out to them. It's hours to them.
Shout out my guy Max Max Duggan, he was still third string and made all that happen.
He played the worst game of his life, they said that night.
I mean, when you're third string and that's your introduction to the lights.
Right.
One bad game. How many good quarterbacks have one bad game?
Yeah, but unfortunately, he was at the big dance.
Right, but how many third stringers ever get somebody to the big dance? That's
Cardale.
rookie shit.
Brock
Cardale.
Purdy's trying to.
Listen, Brock Purdy would be, but you speaking in future. Unless you got a time machine, I don't know about hitting behind that Golden Gate Bridge.
I mean, wait a minute. Technically, though, wasn't 12 gauge? Wasn't Cardale third string?
He was.
Purdy say he gonna be the first Mr. Irrelevant to do it.
You are correct. He was. But it's different from Duggan, though, right? Because Cardale came in late in the season. Duggan did it throughout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would be the Nick Foles story if Nick Foles came in 4 games after the season started. But he didn't. He came in after the post.
But you still gotta finish. No, you still have to finish.
No, you right.
They give you points on the SAT just for writing your name, Cliff. But you still gotta finish, baby. You still gotta finish. You gotta finish strong.
I don't know nothing about no SAT, my G.
Well,
unless you talking about Saturday, don't talk to me. You hear what I'm saying? Nah, promote knowledge, kids. Get your college education.
Anyways,
I don't know if that's a good thing to say nowadays. If I'm keeping it a buck.
What?
That's a whole nother conversation. What else you got?
Broncos.
Oh, Mike, how you feel about your boy getting released from the hospital today?
I was glad to see it. That feels like a quick turnaround. What I thought was cool was that they said he's going home to recover and to be with the team.
Right.
You hear that he sent off like every alarm in the ICU when the Bills, Nyheim Hines ran back that first kickoff.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Like ripped his shit out. All the alarms were going off.
Oh, he was hype. He was Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
CCTV being all quiet down there in the bottom.
I hated it. You already
I mean, how do you give up 2? Like giving up 1 kickoff in return in a game is bad in the NFL. But y'all
start
gave
the
up
game.
2. But you gave up
the game.
Those
Start the game.
Nah, that's because they kicked that field goal at the halftime. That's what happened. That's what happened. Y'all pissed them off. Hamlin got back on FaceTime. Hold up. You say 2, right?
We was tired of half. We was tired of half.
Man,
y'all took that lead for them 3 seconds.
I mean, overall, I was not super thrilled with the Bills' performance. Like, they should have beaten the Patriots by more than what they did, and they didn't. And they needed 2. Like, you take away those 2 kickoff returns, that's 21-23 game, and the Patriots win it. So
I said that they don't win without that.
It's not great, but you also can't. That's a big bunch of ifs, right? Like,
right?
Yeah.
Or on the kickoff doesn't mean they don't score that drive. Like, there was still time on the clock, and so
yeah,
that
was an electric game.
I wanted the Jets to win, so Miami couldn't get in. Q.
that wasn't gonna happen with Flacco.
Just let the Steelers get in.
I ain't want them to win, but I thought they would.
Well, Cliff, you should have told me that Flacco was starting. I wouldn't have picked him.
I know.
Me and Cliff talked literally right before the game, and I had told Cliff that Flacco was playing.
You're right.
He looked trash.
I said it. I'm more confident in Flacco than Skyler.
And what I told you, I said we need to run. And we ran the ball.
Yeah.
So
what was it 9-6?
11-6.
11-6.
I think get to 11.
I know
we
it's
got,
safety.
we got a safety at the
Safety
end
in
of
there.
the game.
Yeah, they were trying to throw the ball to
Say it
get
got
into the end
worse.
zone, and it went out the back of the end zone.
Say he was 9-6. He said 11-6. Wow, I did not know that.
Joseph Akai or something like that, or whatever his name is. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Who?
Like, how the hell?
I don't know. Broncos to interview Sean Payton. I think that's interesting.
Who's
Does
that?
that help?
He's not
Sean
leaving
Payton.
today.
I know he's
When
still
I
Sean
was
Payton.
watching the Bills game,
Sean Payton.
I'm like,
he
who the
said.
fuck is Joseph something?
I don't know. But Sean Payton to interview with the Broncos. I think that'll be interesting. You guys think he'll come back to coach, or you think it's just kind of like
He will come back to coach.
will? You think it's for sure? Okay.
Where? I don't know.
Right.
I'm sure
But
Russ will be
he
calling
will
him
be
too.
coaching next year.
Yeah.
Also, how did the Bills keep bringing people out of retirement to come play wide receiver for them? Like John Brown. John Brown had a 42-yard catch. Like,
Yeah,
was
for a
nasty.
touchdown, didn't he?
yes. Where the fuck did like
I was so mad.
these
When
people are
I
all
said
just like
John
hanging out in
Brown.
Buffalo, and they're like,
That's why they're called Bills Mafia. She got the
Got a
fans
roster
digging the
spot.
players. You got the fans digging the players out of snow when it snows and shit
right,
like that.
they couldn't. There was something about activating Cole from the practice squad for the third time. Like they can't do it until.
Yeah.
But then fuck it, we'll bring in John Brown and throw a 42-year-old.
That's that veteran leadership loading up for the playoffs. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is.
Man, they're doing what the Heat did when LeBron came down there. Start pulling people off the couch. Hey,
Right. That's exactly what they did too.
Say, come here, Shane Batty 8.
Pull them left, right. I also see-
Birdman.
I told
They
you.
pulled him
I
off
told
the
you.
couch.
If Terrell wants to come back,
Mike
Bills will take him.
Miller.
I think we have proof of this since they brought back Beasley. They brought back John Brown. I feel like T.O. is a good next pick.
But Brown's been making plays. I ain't even heard Beasley's name.
You gotta add 8 years to their age.
Has
T.O.
he?
said he want to go to the Cowboys.
you know them slot catches and a couple little quick in and outs. You know, he's had some
All the shit that Isaiah or McKenzie had been dropping all season. Yeah, he caught a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet he ain't getting no yak after.
Oh,
Well,
no. That's not what we pay him for.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, put some respect on McKenzie's name.
They also said
Catch the
that
ball, I would.
they also said that Jim Harbaugh is supposed to interview with the Broncos. I thought that was
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah.
That
You
would
guys-
actually be a good fit for traditional Broncos offense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think him and
That
Russell
would
would
be
be
a
good for him.
Shanahan. That would be an old like Mike Shanahan type of offense if Harbaugh came there, which is what they ran in Denver for a long time.
Hmm.
You better have the running backs to do it.
I don't know if I'm on a Jim Harbaugh boat. You are. Let's put it like this: you already got Russell Wilson, and I'm not saying like you already got Russell Wilson, but let's just say the first year crashed and burned. You hear what I'm saying? Crashed and burned. Then you want to go with Jim Harbaugh in year 2?
Well, wait a minute, Cliff, because you and I talked off podcast. I gave you that fun fact that the Broncos had the most injured reserve people on the team at one time.
I agree.
I think in the
Because they was losing.
I agree, but
they broke a record.
Those are fake injuries.
But did Michigan too?
Huh? Injuries? No, we had the running back out, Blake Corum. I don't know why you brought that up.
I'm just saying over the years, because how many years did it take him to get it right?
Well, he's gotten it right the last two, and
I agree.
When did Harbaugh come on to Michigan?
That's what I'm saying. He
He's been coaching college too long. He can't.
It's about what have you done lately? Hey, Cliff,
But
when he
remember
was
we talked about coaching, though, it changes a bit.
the body of work. Okay,
I'm just saying I would be nervous if I was Denver after we thought Russ was going to give us the turnaround. It didn't happen, and then we bring in Jim Harbaugh on top of Russ to think that's going to give us the turnaround, and it doesn't happen. It's almost like 2 strikes. That's almost like 2 strikes and a foul tip.
I mean, he's been at Michigan 6 years, 7 years, so this is his second or third recruiting class that have gone all the way through.
I feel like it's been longer than that. Has it only
look
been
what he
7
did
years?
with Colin
he came in
Kaepernick.
in
I knew it was at least 7.
Look what he did with Kaepernick when he was on the 49ers coaching them.
Right.
I just feel like he has to adjust from going from college back to.
He's not a bad coach at all.
I don't think it would be that him coming back
And
first.
no, I agree because I almost am more of a fan of him as a professional coach than I am as a college coach.
Right.
And
Even
that's without the bias, the Ohio State Michigan bias. You were expected that the name alone was expected to start bringing kids into Michigan. I remember the talk that they were talking about when they brought him on. And he had a good 5 at least to make something happen that nothing ever happened, to the point that they were even thinking about renegotiating his contract moving forward.
Right, but he beat Ohio State 2 years ago, and
then bang, here we are now. All I'm saying is, like I said, once again, there's a preface to this. If he's a better professional quarterback than college, okay, cool. But based on what I see lately, then you say, what have you given me lately? 2 Ohio State wins to me as a professional team owner, it's not enough for me, Jack. Especially when I know we're on a sinking ship as it is, with injuries included.
But when you look at his body of work, as you always like to refer to, he had a pretty good
professional body. Correct. His professional body.
And again, like Mike says, even in college, yeah, he had some slip ups, but as of lately, he didn't win the national championship, of course, but he's beaten everybody knows in the country how big the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry is.
Agreed.
And how respected
he brought it back to a rivalry.
Right. Agreed. I agree with that. I agree. I'm just saying, if I am, because remember, I always say, when we get into a professional office, you have to understand that the next man below you or the next man above you, their job's on the line.
He knows how it works. He's been there, though, before.
I get it. But if I'm the guy that's vouching for the Denver Broncos' next head coach, I look at Jim Harbaugh and I'm like, ooh, I could see it being good. It's almost like the fucking parlays you put in. Like, I could see it being good or I could see it being bad. And I'm saying in this situation,
left real quick.
Right, in this current Denver Broncos situation, you can't afford to put in a parlay like that. You have to make sure you get it right.
Well, what are your other options?
I wouldn't pick him up.
Well, I thought McVay said he wasn't interested.
Who said McVay?
McVay don't know what he's doing with his
life.
Peyton. I'm sorry. I mixed them up.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't pick up Harbaugh.
Right, but I'm saying I thought Peyton said he wasn't interested in coming to Denver, and that's why they were entertaining Harbaugh more.
Well,
I could be wrong. He denied someone though.
They're supposed to interview both. I think he denied Dallas allegedly. I think that's one.
That could be. I don't think that's what I'm thinking of, but it could be.
I know Arizona asked him for an interview.
Yeah, he's open with Arizona.
Okay, all right.
So. And Cliff, we talked about this offline briefly. So we all, for those who may not know, Bears secured the #1 overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft. Now, with it being a quarterback-heavy draft, and they have Justin Fields, what do?
I think
wild out.
You deal for #2. You don't have to worry about one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't deal with Chicago. They're gonna overprice their pick.
I'm sure of that as well. I'm sure of that.
Let them pick, damn it. That's how I feel. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, like, because if I'm thinking Chicago wise, we need O-line support,
right?
Which we don't necessarily need in the draft.
Wide receivers,
definitely that. Now that's where I'm going. For a quarterback or a NFL ready wide receiver talent is where I would go at Chicago.
The mock drafts have it going to a defensive end, outside backer, and edge rusher.
They trying to give him the Lamar Jackson treatment.
Oh, let me find out.
Yeah, we'll improve the defense because you're getting it done enough on your feet. Then you get 7 in rushing this season. Claypool's enough. We'll work on the defense. That's the Lamar Jackson treatment. That's a new form of black quarterback racism right there. And I'm joking, but I'm halfway serious when I say that. That's fucked up.
I mean, was there?
It might
I
have
don't
to
know
be a
enough
case
about
of
their
homogenous coming on.
It's either that or they go for an offensive lineman.
That's a must. O-line or a
That's
receiver.
what I said. O-line and
Yeah.
receiver, period. Those are your only two
Yeah.
options. Especially if you want to show loyalty to Fields.
Unless you get
Like
a running back, so you could do what Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders do, and you could have a run game like with your quarterback. That way, it's not just all on your quarterback.
The Josh Allen approach, where
Right? Yeah.
But that's still it still doesn't help if you don't have a line.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have an O line, then you're just getting two people to get beat up.
But you can get line in free agency. I mean,
Correct. That's why I said I wouldn't necessarily worry about it in a draft, but I would definitely worry about a weapon for him, somebody to put opposite of Claypool.
That's where I wonder if you could trade down, like trade for an offensive lineman and give away the number one pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe get a second out of it, a third out of it.
It works out for them, but I just feel like they're gonna overprice it.
Right.
I'm sure. I'm sure that
Texans fire head coach Lovie Smith. I know we briefly, I think, touched on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what the Texans.
That's to hit the showers right there.
Man,
who, the Texans or Lovie?
Mm-hmm. Hit the Texans.
Yeah, since they've started as a dynasty, they've just been a disaster. I feel like.
Wait a second, though.
Mm-hmm.
As a dynasty,
as a franchise.
There we go. You gotta work.
That's the wrong word.
Get that title,
right?
That moniker
as a
dynasty.
As a franchise,
they were an expansion team. What, like 10 years ago?
Ain't nothing dynamic about they Steve.
They're a dynasty of failures. That's what they've been since they've started. That's what they've.
They still got David Carr's jersey and records hanging up in Texas. I'm just playing. I know this shot, but they took him down. That was
So, and then my next question that I have for you all, though, is Aaron Rodgers says he needs to get away to contemplate things before the 2023 season. Did you all see that end of the Lions game when I think what's his name, Jameson Williams, asked for his jersey? And he told him, he says, no, I think I'm going to hold on to this one.
He said he's going to hold on to it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's out of there. He's out of there.
Anybody heard or seen that? Okay.
He's going to try. He's going to try.
So my question is, what do y'all see happening with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, when you're that old,
49ers.
What do they call them? You know them, Q. They in your state every season. What do they call them?
White people.
You say what now? Whoa.
I mean, that's not wrong. That's not wrong though. But I said they're in your city, state every season. What do you call the old folks that come down to Florida for the summer or for the winter?
You talking about the snowbirds?
Snowbirds. Yeah. That's
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. He getting too old. And I'm not taking nothing away from him. He was putting in work this year, especially rushing and doing it. You're too old to be doing that in fucking Wisconsin.
It is cold there.
I mean, if Minnesota didn't have Kirk Cousins, I'd say he would have been a good fit there. You know what one?
Not warm enough.
No.
Listen,
I'm going to recommend one that isn't warm enough either. Pittsburgh.
That's interesting.
Well, I would love that.
But you know what though? Because I've talked to my family about this, Mike.
Not warm enough.
And the only problem with Pittsburgh is they don't go after big names, especially at quarterback. That's not their style.
But what I'm saying is his style fits with a Pittsburgh offense.
It may.
Yeah.
But they're too cheap. Like they want to build that up one day.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about from a scheme fit.
Yeah. Well, they need to fire that offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, first. But I agree with you though.
So
agree.
Malcolm,
Who else is like a veteran quarterback shy?
I mean,
Wait.
damn a coordinator if Tomlin and Rodgers is together.
Wait.
right?
You know what I mean? Damn an offensive coordinator. What we running, Aaron?
Okay, I
But
see.
Tomlin's
we
a
running,
defensive
Aaron?
guy. But Tomlin's
What
I
we
was
doing?
lost.
Well, that's what I think. Yeah, at that point, Rodgers is calling his own offense.
right.
Mhm.
And Pittsburgh ain't definitely.
Tomlin too smart, man. He know
I mean,
what
if
fly.
the Ravens get rid of
Lamar.
Oh
I
wow.
don't think he was.
Oh wow. They won't pay him enough. They won't pay him
running
enough.
for his life.
I mean, he's white. They might.
But did you guys get the vibe at the end of that Lions game that he's gonna do something?
Cobb too.
That's what Mike
Cobb
said.
retiring and
Cobb had his arm
Aaron
around
is
him.
gone.
That's what
Yeah.
Mock said. You might not have been at your chair. Mock said when the game was over, Jameson Williams came up to Rodgers trying to exchange jerseys, and Rodgers said, "I think I'm gonna hang on to this one."
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So that does somewhat indicate
Something's up.
this one means something. I can't let it go.
I think Cobb isn't playing anymore and Rodgers is gone.
I don't think it has to do with Cobb. I think he just wants to be part of a winning
No,
organization. He wants some help. He wants some say so. I don't think it's Cobb at all.
Rodgers is the same as Devontae Adams in a situation where they both have been screaming for help. And they never gave it to him. And then when Adams leaves, he like, you giving me who? You feel what I'm saying? Who did they replace him with? They tried to replace him with Sammy Watkins. Who else? Who else was it?
Randall Cobb, Sammy Watkins.
This nigga was like, what? After a while, he just said, get rid of these niggas. I'll do it with the Young Bucks. Give me Lazard and Christian.
And Romeo Dobbs.
What about
Period.
Tennessee? What about
Tennessee
Tennessee?
actually isn't a
Tennessee.
bad. That's not a bad fit for Rodgers.
Well, they like they're trying to build up what's his name, Malik Willis.
Nah, man.
He's not ready though.
Nah,
he's not going to be ready next year. I could see.
No.
I could see Tennessee being.
That's a good one. That's a good
But
one.
what
He got the
offensive
hair. He got
weapons
the
do they
hair.
have?
He got the hair look and everything.
Yeah, and I mean on top of that, like
Stupid.
Tennessee is a run first, so like he doesn't have to do it himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know
He
where
can
he's
play
going?
more off the play action.
Where
He's
he
going to your team, Clip. He's going to the Raiders.
Go to the Raiders.
I would
Reuniting
be
with
furious. I would be furious, and I love Aaron Rodgers.
Why would you be furious? Because he would get the job done.
Because you just sold our future. You just sold the future away for right now.
I don't know.
Cliff, they would sign him. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes,
You're
you
saying-
just
That's-
sold the future away for
that
right
is
now.
rough.
Because it's going to take everything. It's going to take money. It's going to take picks. It's going to take everything to get
Y'all like
Rodgers.
giving out money.
Okay,
For
so
shit not to work. Y'all
so
love it.
Aaron Rodgers is how old again? 38.
Well, 39 this season. So
Okay.
he'll be 40 next season.
Okay. Who says
And knowing the
he
Raiders,
doesn't?
they'll give him a 6 year.
Who said he doesn't? Exactly.
They won't give it a 6.
What if him and Brady just go back and forth to who the fuck lasts the
Well,
longest?
I would say that would
You know what I
work
mean?
in Vegas. I would accept that if your contract also included a coaching clause where if you could not continue on throughout the length of your contract, you remain on as a quarterback coach and a cheerleader to the next generation who's
Whoa.
going to take over. No, I'm just playing. But you know what I'm saying,
Cliff,
though. I would.
Let me ask you this,
really.
because you just said that you think that if they
I
got
would want
Rodgers,
him.
they would give up the future. As a Raiders fan, do you really want to bet on the future? Like, you guys are not organized enough to even think that.
That question is. I see what you mean by that question.
So I would go for the right now
No.
if I'm a Raiders fan.
No. I wouldn't. Now I understand why, and that makes sense. It does
Do you
make a
understand
lot of
what he would
sense.
do with Jacobs, Waller, have Devontae Adams? He already got chemistry with Devontae Adams.
But right now, I view the NFL, especially the AFC, as an hourglass.
The championship.
Where there's only certain grains of salt that fit through that motherfucker at one time.
I'm going to give you a name of an old quarterback that you picked up late in his career that took you to a Super Bowl.
Richard Gannon.
Absolutely.
Gannon. Let's go, champ. Yeah, I agree.
with Rodgers, baby.
You guys have to win now, in my opinion. Just because I'm not even being funny, it's because like if you guys had won within the past decade or so, like maybe keep building, keep working. But since 1984,
doesn't matter though. See, this is the thing about it, right? This is the thing about it. Now, this is the thing about it, and I want to explain this, and it's gonna be tough, right? Because I'm gonna have to mix sports in order to do so. But it's the exact same situation that the Cavaliers had with Kyrie Irving, Deion Waiters, and all them motherfuckers, as well as the next couple years first-round draft picks. Traded them away for LeBron James, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith. They didn't even get it done the first year. We had to wait for the second year.
Don't just say the player. Say for a ring.
Right. And I'll say the ring is happy or it's worthwhile if you're that kind of fan, right? If you're that now kind of fan. But me, I'm gonna rock with you even when you fucked up, right? So the fact that you could do that and then cut out and then we have to rebuild, this is where we could have been without you getting us that ring.
The Buccaneers were okay with it. Look what they got out of Tom Brady. They know that he's not going to be there.
The Buccaneers, listen.
And they were terrible.
My fear with your comparison is that you get a team that is good, but not good enough to win a championship.
Right, exactly.
So why are you okay with
because you know why? You know why? Because LeBron James isn't in the NFL. That's why. Because Aaron Rodgers isn't enough to guarantee the Raiders a championship. So why would you roll the dice on that parlay like we just said when you could wait it out and get the pieces? Everybody on the Raiders is young. Josh Jacobs, everybody except for your quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller.
That sounds dangerous.
It is. Dangerous. How would
Hold on, wait a minute. Stop acting like number 4 ain't been throwing bad passes for the past several years.
We talking about all that with Las Vegas. We have been talking about it the whole. I just don't know if Aaron Rodgers alone is going to be enough to get it done for us.
Like him and Devontae, he's not alone.
And if we push all our chips in and we fail, we're down. Like you said, I'll never see a Raiders championship. You hear what I'm saying? If you push all the chips in now and you fail, I will never see a Raiders championship.
I want to clip that part for the.
It's the truth, though. And it's not even about me. It's about organizationally. Like, why would you do that? Does it really make sense when you really think about it? No, it doesn't.
I mean, y'all ain't been a good judge of building. I'm just saying.
That's what
right. So why not?
So why not get talent that's already established?
So
I mean, you got to change the guard, bro.
So why not renovate our house with wet drywall?
All right, well, fuck. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
You lost me there.
Why? What do you mean? Why not renovate your house with wet drywall? If the drywall is wet, it's not gonna hold up.
I mean,
it's only a matter of time. It may look pretty when you paint over it.
Who was it?
It's only a matter of time before it falls.
But when you seen the Bucks do it, Cliffy, that does make teams. That does make teams. If you have a chance to sign an Aaron Rodgers, say, I'd like to have an Aaron Rodgers.
So along with Antonio, who's going to be the Antonio Brown? Who's going to be the Gronkowski that he brings along with him to Vegas that they allow?
He already has Adams if he went to Vegas.
That's different.
He don't need to bring nobody if he goes.
He not going to bring no Gronkowski.
I also don't think
Y'all said he can't play in the code no more. So then he go to Vegas. He ain't got to play in the code.
That's a good point.
He doesn't need to bring anybody.
I don't think you have to mortgage the farm to get him.
Right, exactly, Mike.
I really don't. Like, he's at the tail end of his career. Yes, he's going to demand top dollar for a season or two.
Right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. And guys
I'm
will
just wondering
work deals for Aaron
if
Rodgers.
there's something in his contract we don't know about. Because based off of his actions, he made it seem like he might be leaving. So my thing is, like, what makes him think he can get away? Because at the end of the day, if there's
it was a 2-year deal. And it was pretty much like the NBA. They gave him a 1-year option. The option is request a trade if he wanted.
And you know why?
Is that this upcoming year?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the second year. It was only a 2-year deal, so.
And you know why he has options? Because he has options. The nigga already has a deal waiting on him as an analyst. He has the Jeopardy that they were trying to get him to do that he turned down. When you have somebody that good that has other options that can take their talents away from what's going to make you money, you then have options. That contract doesn't seem so restricting anymore. Because you could say, like Kyler Murray, the same thing we've been saying about him. The only reason why they're babying that baby is because he could say, fuck it, I'm going to the MLB. And they like, nah, bruh. We can make more money off of you here if you stay than if you go to... So we'll give you all that money, even though we know you're not worth it. We know. All 6 of us in this motherfucking panel know Kyler Murray's not worth that money they paid him. But why do you do it? Because he has options.
Yeah, he does. It's true.
So it's the same. It's the same situation with Aaron Rodgers. If he wants out tomorrow, if he wanted to save his jersey week 11, he'd have been like, "It don't matter. I'm not gonna play no more. I'll be somewhere else next year." And I guarantee nobody would have came out saying that he got touched. She touched on him in a massage parlor. He's out of there.
All right, let's move on to these pick'ems.
He's out of there. Jack,
Oh,
pick'ems it is. All right, Seahawks 49ers. How y'all feel about it? I think this is
49ers.
Tough.
49ers got 10.
I've been seeing lots and lots of TikToks about how the 49ers are a fraud. They barely have a game managing quarterback. Ball has bounced their way a couple of times. I'm going to go with the Seahawks by 3.
What? That is so disrespectful towards the 49ers.
I got the Niners.
I also can't have the Niners or the Cowboys end up in the Super Bowl against the Bills. It brings.
I think the Niners might end up in the Super Bowl. I'm going Niners 14.
I got Niners 6.
I don't think the Seahawks can hang with them.
I'm going Seahawks 6.
I also think it's hard for a team to beat the team times in the same season.
I'm going Seahawks 6. Who you got, C Tizzle?
I'm going 49ers 17.
Oh, shit. All right, 49ers 17. Next, we got Chargers Jags.
Chargers by 6.
Jags by 7.
I think this ends up being the closest game of the first round. I'm going to go Jacksonville by 3.
Oh, you son of a bitch. But I'm going Chargers 3, so it doesn't matter.
I'm going Chargers 10. They got Bosa back.
Oh, Christopher's not there. We'll skip him for now.
There he is.
Oh,
You say who now?
Yeah.
Who got Jaguars?
Chargers Jags. I said Chags.
I got Jags.
That
by
sounds
2.
like a racial slur. I don't know who that be for. But a chag, don't get called a chag. That sounds very slurish to me. I don't know. Go ahead.
I got Jaguars by 2.
That's interesting. That's an
I'm
interesting
going with
score.
Doug Peterson.
I love Doug, but Dolphins Bills.
Buffalo by 3. I'm gonna just get it out the way.
Bills by 17.
Shit.
Dolphins by 3. No,
Oh shit! From the Dolphins fan, Buffalo 3. What'd you say about 17? Oh,
Whoa! What?
Y'all got the third string quarterback in. DeMar Hamlin got sent back home. He's with the team, like Mike said. Oh yeah.
what did Mike say?
Mike was just saying earlier that they quoted DeMar Hamlin, got released and he's getting a rehab back at home, and he gets to
and with the team.
Yeah.
No, what was your prediction for the score?
Oh, I haven't picked yet.
Oh, okay.
Man, don't worry about it. I'm gonna call 2 in a minute. Don't worry about it.
What you gonna
I'm gonna say
Clear your head, motherfucker.
I can't
I got
talk
some
about.
smelling salts for you. You need me to ship them to you? What you gonna ask?
I can't talk about. I'll call him in a minute.
God damn.
I would say Bills.
Chinny. How you chinny in a football game?
Bills 12.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute. I got a spicy pick. If Tua plays, Miami by 14.
Tua's not playing. What's the chances of him playing?
0 to 9.
You never know with Mike McDaniel, old corny ass man. That motherfucker.
Oh no, that's a lawsuit, Q. He got 3 concussions this year. They ain't even about Mike McDaniel.
Nope, he only got 2.
They said 3.
He only got 2.
Yeah, they had some people. So people got fired over the other one, so it's inconclusive.
Right.
Tua's definitely out. Y'all gotta.
He definitely knocked 3-4 years off his career this season.
Y'all got a lot of people on y'all's injury report.
Too many. That's all year though.
Yeah, that's too.
That was all year. Ain't nothing new.
Oh, Teddy Bridgewater did practice today.
He probably did some light work.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's a good sign that he's probably gonna play though.
With a I'm not convinced. I'm going Bills.
Trash.
I'm still
13.
Go ahead, CT.
Bills 12. Bills 12. I don't know if you heard me.
You want me to go? I'm gonna go.
My bad clip. I read it wrong. It was Bills 5, not 3.
5 is what you want?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, it was 5, not 3.
What you going with the Vegas odds?
Nah, I'm looking at my paper. I already had them written down over here. So
Bills, Bengals, Packers is the games he got knocked out. They said this year.
He gonna have that.
He didn't get knocked out. He didn't get knocked out the Bills game. He won that game.
It says.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Did he?
He won the game. He finished it. He won it.
It says the first was against the Buffalo Bills, and although Miami said it was a back issue,
the buckle.
Most knew he had a concussion. The wobbly legs after his head hit the ground is a telltale sign.
Q stole that glass from BW3s.
What? What, this one?
Maybe.
No, this say I don't know. Something about some hamburgers though.
Listen, my uncle used to every
buy them by the
time
bag.
we went out.
Uncle Piggly Wiggly hamburgers.
The beer glass.
15.
He put it in his pocket every time we went out. He had beer glasses everywhere.
Donald Famous hamburgers.
Buy
them by the bag.
Pay us for advertising.
Shit.
Hell, I don't think they open no more. I got one of these motherfuckers.
I was about to say.
They bankrupt like a motherfucker with me.
What'd you say, Mike, on yours? Bills what?
I was waiting for CT.
I got the Bills by 7.
You like CT because CT throw a wrench in your game and make you question what you was going. Nah, I need to pick before CT.
Bills 10.
Bills 10. Okay.
Yeah. 2 scores.
All right. Next one, Giants Vikings.
Vikings by 13.
Giants 6.
Who gonna stop Justin Jefferson? Y'all was talking about him 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Who gonna stop him, Brett? You was just talking.
You know, it's one of those things where if it's one of those off games, they got a chance. So
This is the other close game. I'm going to go Vikings by 2 with some weird juju at the end to win it.
Oh, shit. I'm going Giants 3.
go Giants. Go Giants.
I
got the Vikings.
The Vikings what? 21.
No, I got the Giants
Vikings.
by 10.
Nah.
I feel like
Oh,
you
now
changed
y'all
it.
Hold on,
Wasn't
whoa.
nobody going
Hey,
for the Giants earlier
hey, that
today.
my same.
Now y'all-
Hey, that my. I got the same pick. Giants 10.
Oh, here y'all go.
Nah.
Never.
I don't like the Vikings. I hate Minnesota.
Saquon healthy. It's different.
That's what I was about to say too, man. Saquon
First,
kind of cancels out that Dalvin Cook and some, in my opinion. Not
yeah,
and
Cook
some,
been
but
fumbling. He been fumbling lately, so
He ain't been dynamic, that's for sure. He been getting his stuff like in the.
I like the
close games.
backup better.
over Dalvin.
Yeah.
Who's they backup?
What,
Madison?
Madison? Some
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Madison. Yeah.
he did good
Yeah,
last
yeah.
week. He was
He
balling.
looks nice. Yeah.
Didn't he score 2 touchdowns?
Yeah,
That's
he
what
did.
I'm saying. He's nasty. Like
But
he
that
don't
was
even get that
because,
much clock.
you know, they was really trying not to use Dalvin Cook too
Because he
much.
fumbled.
Right.
He fumbled.
That ain't why though. I mean, it could be shit. You never know. We
Yeah,
moving
man, but-
on. Ravens
Number-
Bengals. That's an easy one though. I feel like
I don't think it's easy. Let me check their injury.
Bengals by 20.
Bengals 20 twin.
I got Bengals 21.
Yeah,
Bengals 13.
I don't think it's as for sure as y'all.
Well, who? I mean,
Oh, never mind. Lamar isn't practicing. Bengals
Nope.
14.
Yeah, we talk. Yeah, what's what we saying the whole show, Lamar?
Yeah, look,
Well, it's still early. He could be practicing. He can come back next week.
Yeah, but the coach.
So as of right now, I'm saying Bengals
the
14.
way Coach said it ain't looking good for Lamar, and Tyler might not even play
Right.
either.
And Britt, you say next week they play this weekend. It's all or nothing.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad. He
Going-
practiced.
it's
Practiced.
this week.
Bengals
Huntley.
24.
Huntley did practice this week. He practiced today.
He got that shoulder though, like hurt,
Bengals 24.
like Jalen.
And Huntley looked like shit in the last game that I saw him play.
He got that shoulder like Jalen do. That shoulder injury.
They don't have no type of offense.
They don't.
Upset alert. I'm taking the Ravens by 7.
Why?
Ooh.
Why?
The defense.
Stop it.
Ooh.
They just played. What do
Hold
you-
on, wait a minute. Defense?
$100 million man
Right.
out there, man.
That's even more reason to not take him.
He-
He about to give up. He don't care. He ain't about to hurt himself or nobody.
Jamar T and Tyler
Right, Tyler Boyd been doing his thing.
Mixon.
No, don't say Mixon. He had a
Yeah, I
shot.
wouldn't go that
Clint.
far.
Yeah, don't bring
Well,
him up.
I'm
Say-
just doing
what's
it
the
because
backup? Say
you're not gonna
P-Ron.
stop all. Oh,
You be
And
better
they
off
injury
saying
prone.
P-Ron.
Samaji did look good. He
And they
did look
injury
good when
prone.
I seen him.
They just
Who
gonna be too
injury
much
prone?
T. Higgins, Mixon, Boyd, all of them.
stop
Yeah,
saying
Chase.
all of Baltimore injury prone.
Shit.
Quarterback spot at least.
Shit.
Yeah, for
Football
sure.
is
Nah, the whole fucking team injury, bro.
Damn,
Hollywood Brown was hurt
what
I swear,
last
Bateman?
year
Bateman.
before he went to the Cardinals.
Duvernay.
J.K.
probably hurt.
Dobbins, Rashad Bateman. Come on, man. You
Duvernay
got your
probably
key
hurt.
guys. Can't
They
even get on
worked
the field.
everybody to death. That's why Hollywood Brown was like, "Take me to Arizona." I give a
And
fuck
that didn't-
about
that
the
didn't
heat
work
and
out
the
for him.
elevation. I'll come.
So that
here.
didn't work out for him.
It's
He got the hell out of
better than
Baltimore.
getting hurt and right. Fuck.
He sure was hurt for a little bit.
They made the playoffs too. That's crazy without
Who you
them.
got? Q, Ravens, Bengals.
Oh, Bengals by 21.
21.
Yeah.
Next one and last one, Cowboys, Bucks.
Bucks by
This
3.
is hard. I feel like they're
Damn,
gearing
out.
us. Cowboys 3.
Cowboys
Brett
10.
said Cowboys 3.
Tom Brady.
Fucking
Mark
Commander.
said Cowboys 10.
No, I did not say Cowboys.
I
six.
did.
Or Mike, you know, yeah, I put it in the right spot. I just said the wrong thing. I'm going Bucks too.
Yeah, I'm
Me
I
going.
think the Cowboys just got so much on the line, way more than the Bucks. I feel like it's way more than a playoff game based off of the media right now.
Prescott
It's so much
leading-
more than a playoff game.
But
It's always like that with the Cowboys.
Right.
I'm going.
They said everybody's
Bucks
job
10.
on the line. That's what they saying.
Dak leading the league in interceptions.
Yep. Yep.
But
So I-
on top of that, I think Brady is like somewhat mentally like Michael Jordan. To where
He's
it's
about
like,
to
it's
in.
like these motherfuckers thought
Right.
Izzy from the block was gonna bother me.
Right.
I'm
Right.
finna like fuck
Why?
all this. I'm balling
Why?
out.
Hey,
She
He get a
gonna
ring
do
this
something right,
year.
right before the night before the game. She gonna send him a clip of something. Her
She's on block mode.
Listen, she is on
Fuck
block
you,
mode.
Tom.
She is on block mode because Tom used to leave the kids and all that for the month before the playoffs.
yeah.
I gotta be by myself this whole time. It's go
Right.
time.
Right.
So she's on block. He'll get that clip,
After he win another ring.
that erasable
He just said-
Snapchat after the game.
And he just
Oh.
said that his team.
Oh,
this
he
is
gonna
like
go on
the
a
first
rant.
time.
Don't let him get a ring. He gonna send
Oh.
her a rant. It's gonna be a long voice. I told you.
Fuck you, bitch.
Let me play one more year. That's all you had to do. Let me play
Antonio
This
one
was
would
more
be
year.
right.
7,
That
8,
ain't even Tom Brady's
9.
nature.
Antonio was right
Nah,
about
he got some of that in him. He just don't see
Shit,
that
okay.
side of him.
Man, you better act like Tom Brady ain't no West Coast surfer dude, man.
He's
You
not
better
with no
swag.
women. I doubt he's like that with
Man,
women.
all right.
This would
He's
be what,
definitely-
9 if you win? 8, 9?
Be 8.
8.
He was homeboys with Antonio Brown, and you gonna tell me he ain't like that?
Listen. He was like that in them texts. He was like that in them texts because he knew they was gonna get leaked. He was like, nigga, I'm not dumb. I know how this shit go. Somebody gonna leak your shit, make you look dumb. I'm gonna be a gentleman in this motherfucker. But you know what it is, nigga. I send them motherfuckers to your door just like you beating up motherfucking rental men. That's what he
That
really
sounds
said.
like the translated version compared to what was really.
Right. He knew exactly what that meant. Is why he posted that picture of him and Jizzy from the block hugging at the Super Bowl. But who you got, CT and Q?
Bucks 3.
Bucks 3.
Bucks 14.
Bucks 14.
What's Vegas saying?
Vegas is saying that the Bucks are a plus 65 underdog.
What's the spread on that?
I don't know what the spread is.
I'll tell you right now. I won't tell you right now. Oh, Dallas 2.5 minus. So they're giving the Bucks 2.5.
They thinking this is
So 3 is too much, huh?
a field goal's too much. They think it's coming down to the wire. I really think it will.
I think it'd be close, but I don't at the same time. I don't.
Cause Dak ain't shit. That's why.
Right. And Tom will get it done in a 2-minute drill like nothing.
Yeah.
So listen, that's if Dallas loses, that's gonna open the door because there's gonna be a vacancy at QB.
But look, that's the story of Dallas, right?
Should be a
Let's
vacancy
say-
at QB and running back.
Let's say Dallas go up by
Well, they're gonna
4.
keep Pollard.
No, I'm talking about Zeke.
Well, yeah, they might get rid of him, but they're gonna keep Pollard. That's why I said they keep Pollard.
But
They
you
get
still need another running back. It's running back by committee nowadays. You can't keep Pollard by himself or injury prone Pollard.
They let somebody come run behind
draft-
it.
you draft
I
one.
actually think that Dallas stands a better chance if they go ahead and let Pollard be the leading running back instead of trying to like play fair and incorporate Zeke. They do so much better as a team when Pollard is the
I
main
agree.
person running the ball.
And that's what Mark said too, Q. And I agree with that. I agree with that. That's one of them positions you can draft one.
Mhm.
But
They're good. They're a good judge of talent at the running back.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Draft
Yeah,
one.
I think historically I agree with that. That's interesting. That's a very interesting one. I might have to look into that. But that's all the picks. Who we got hitting them?
TCU, you suck ass. What?
Making us watch that boo.
He didn't typed it and said it with his dumb ass.
Max Duggan. He wasn't Duggan shit.
Man, Duggan. If
He
you
got dug
in. Whoa there. Yeah, he sure did, though, didn't
Fast forward,
Just
pause,
saying.
stop, reverse. He sure
he?
did.
Listen.
Oh,
He
shit.
said fast forward, pause, stop, reverse.
Hey, Clip, y'all remember the movie
Don't
Hole?
reverse it.
Keep on digging. Yeah, he kept on digging that hole further and further. He's getting that ass.
Listen, Max, if you're talking Max, let me boost your confidence. If you're talking right now, your best bet would be to come back next year. Do not declare because you were considered a third stringer at the start of this season. Next year, at least, if you're not starting, there's other teams looking for you. You have to make a name for yourself.
He's too old. I don't know if he can come back, Cliff. Remember, he's too. He's like that age limit shit.
He ain't got no more shirts to.
Not Max.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, you
Right.
thinking of Stetson? Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Max is 21. He's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So come back, even if you pull a fucking Joe Burrow and go to a different team. But come back and make a name before you come in off of this, because motherfuckers is already hating on you. You see the panel. So
He doesn't
come
want
back
us to
and make
remember him.
something happen.
He doesn't want people to remember him by that last game, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what his.
But that's
his draft
impressive,
stock would be
though,
based on.
regardless. Right, you're correct. But that's impressive, regardless, for a third stringer to come, lead you to a national championship, get smoked in it. But I done seen plenty of fighters thought they was ready for something and got washed.
I didn't like what I saw in that.
I might have been
that
one
game.
of them at times. I'm like, oh,
I don't think he's in NFL ready.
not ready for this.
Already. I think my hit the showers. I already said what my hit the showers was. My hit the showers is the Texans for giving Lovey 1 year and then booting him out.
Especially in a situation.
I think they're making it painfully obvious that their goal this year was to tank, and it's not really about building. Because why would you get rid of a coach after 1 year and he
In that
did the best of-
situation.
yeah, he did the best of what he had. So I feel like they need to hit the showers, man,
No, I'm with that.
for being a shitty organization.
I'm with that.
Mine goes to Cameron Accord,
Mm.
the special teams coordinator for the New England Patriots. Hit the showers. How you give up two?
Were they both his fault, though?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
they both fall on him.
They not
They're
on
both his
him.
fault.
But were
They
they
both
both his fault?
They
I
are.
don't know that they were both his fault.
He done made them tackles.
You can give one and put it on the unit. You get two, that's on the scheme and how it's coached.
That could
Nah,
be
that's
right.
poor
'Cause he came out that
tackling.
motherfucker like he was shot out of a cannon on each
Oh, yeah, he
one.
did.
Poor
He
tackling.
was sprinting, hitting holes. Like
tackling.
I was thinking to myself, if somebody
They weren't dramatic
hit,
cuts, like they were little pivots.
Yeah,
like,
if
there was
somebody
no jump
just
cut, it was
leaned across this hole, you would flip head over heels.
And then he ran right past the kicker. I was like, oh yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, both times.
Giants doing to the Patriots special teams what Tyreek Hill did to the Bills defense the last 2 years.
You couldn't just trip him up one time.
Yeah, hey, hopefully we can get that this week, man. You know, man.
Stick the leg out on him, get the flag.
I'm trying to think who my hit-ems would be.
Mine, Aaron Rodgers, man.
Aaron Rodgers, why?
Cause
what?
This shit was set up, man. They wasn't finna fucking win this week, man. Before the game, he talking like, you know what I'm saying? Like he halfway saying goodbye. The way I understood it. You know what I mean?
That's been the help me out,
and
Mike.
And then you play like shit in the second half.
He's setting up calls.
Yeah.
You see how I left words out.
I don't know what words you're looking for, though.
Yeah, you do. You left it out of your text, too. That's that word. That one. Yeah. I'm just playing. But, hit him. Who's hitting him? I know. Okay, so let's bring it to an end, right? I know it's getting old.
Jizzy
from the block has to hit him. And this is why I say this is the end of it, right? Because you tried to stop my nigga, man. This is a white man going through this. White men don't go through this. Especially professional football playing white men. And you put him through this and he overcame. Part 2 hit the showers. Tom Brady, because you didn't get a strong black woman to keep you from going through that again in the future. So both of y'all gotta hit them. Let's keep it even for the sexes.
Part 2 hit the showers, Cliff, for even fucking thinking y'all had a chance against the Chiefs. A chance in hell. Hit the motherfucking showers for that bullshit.
I'm on my way, baby. I'm on my way. I'm hitting the showers as soon as we in record, because I agree. It was a shot in the dark. I was good.
Mine is my Pats too, man. We gave up some 2 kick returns, man. We supposed to be in the playoffs this week, man, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get D-Hop or somebody, man, in the off season. Or I'll take Aaron Rodgers. Why not?
You think Belichick on that?
Hell no.
Well, I seen some rumors. Yeah, we was.
Belichick.
I get the alerts.
Belichick is the white boy in the meme where it be like he's walking with his girl and he looks back like, ooh. Like,
D-Hop said he don't want to be in Arizona.
And then it'd be like something like way worse. Like, that's Belichick.
Yeah,
he'll take D-Hop, man.
He ain't doing that. He'll take
is D-Hop suspension
Braxton
over with?
Barrios from
it's been over with.
Over that.
Oh yeah. I like.
And I love my guy
Miami
Braxton,
boy.
but
Miami boy.
But still, he'll take him over D-Hop. I guarantee it. Yeah, we all hit him. So, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Did anybody else have anything to take us out with? Tell the enemy. Tell them to troll. We'll see y'all next week. We got something Saturday. We'll see y'all next week.
I'm kid free, so
we may pop up with a mystery show Saturday, so stay tuned, motherfuckers. We out.
Fuck the Raiders. Missed the playoffs again.
Oh, you Red Raiders? Oh yeah, poo. Fucking Baylor, fuck you. Fuck everything. That is fucking bullshit.